Thomas Paine, Thomas Paine, Thomas Paine, Sam Adams, Sam Adams, Sam Adams, Benjamin Franklin, Benjamin Franklin, Benjamin Franklin. These men spoke up for what they thought was right. From their courage came such documents as the Declaration of Independence and the Constitution of the United States. From their willingness to speak what was sometimes unpopular but right, we enjoy such liberties as freedom of speech, the right to keep and bear arms, and freedom of religion. There are those who still wish to oppress our freedoms, and there are still patriots willing to stand up and defend life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. Men like Zeb Bell, who honor our founding fathers and what they stood for. It's now time for Zeb at the Ranch, speaking up and defending your freedoms. Brought to you by Magic Valley Les Schwab Tire Centers and all of the other great advertisers on the program. And now, Zeb Bell.
And a good morning. May your heart be lifted in praise this Christmas for the wonderful gift of Jesus and the joy he brings to our lives. Have a wonderful Christmas and a blessed New Year. This is our Christmas program, and Merry Christmas. Here comes Kate Smith, and God bless America. Followed by a patriot to call in with our Pledge of Allegiance. Good morning. And a good morning to you. I look forward to this every year. Our kind of off-the-cuff Christmas program. We just kind of ad-lib everything. No politics today. And we're going to have a Merry Christmas party. Kind of an open house type thing. And I'm Zeb Bell, Zeb at the Ranch, with our major sponsor, your Magic Valley Les Schwab Tire Centers. All 7 locations serving you, along with some of our great advertisers like Western Waste Services, always at your disposal. Call them at 734-6969. And right now, let's go to the phone line and have our Pledge of Allegiance. Good morning.
Good morning.
Well, hi there.
Hi. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Linda, I'm going to be looking forward to hearing from you a little bit later, the next hour, and I just absolutely thank you for calling in, and Merry Christmas.
You're welcome. I look forward to this. Merry Christmas to you and Deanne and everybody else, too.
All right. Thank you, Linda. God bless. Right now, it's time for our weather forecast. I can tell you one little bit about the weather that I know firsthand. It's doggone cold out there. K&R Rental with Roger and the crew. Don't forget, they're there to serve you at 256 South, 600 west of Heyburn on the Burley-Paul Highway, 678-3122. The number to call. They've got all the tools and equipment to do any job, finish any job. You get a hold of them today. K&R Rental. Right now, here's Gina with the weather.
4 more shopping days left until Christmas. Hopefully you are ready. And are we going to see a white Christmas? I don't know. Here's your weather for Zeb at the Ranch. Looks like mostly sunny skies for today. A little bit on the breezy side. Winds out of the west, right around 10 miles an hour. Gusts possible as high as 20. High of 27 for today. Tonight, partly cloudy skies. Winds calming down with the low right near 21. Tomorrow, mostly sunny skies. High near 34. Going to be slightly breezy as well. Friday night, chance of snow showers are in the forecast. About a 30% chance of snow, mostly cloudy skies with the low right near 24. Saturday, 30% chance of snow showers in the morning. Partly sunny skies by the afternoon with a high right near 27. For Sunday, slight chance of snow showers in the forecast. Highs are going to be in the low 20s. And then for Christmas Day, mostly cloudy with a high of 24. That is your weather for Zeb at the Ranch.
Gina does a great job, and Merry Christmas. Thank you, K&R Rental, bringing our weather to you this first hour at 256 South, 600 west of Heyburn. And I mean, these are really good people, very experienced and knowledgeable people that can line you up with the best tools and equipment. K&R Rental on the Burley-Paul Highway, 678-3122. I know we have a caller, and caller, I'm going to ask your patience. I've got to get this Burley Livestock spot in with the cattle sale today, and I'll be right with you. Don't go away, please. Right now, let's listen to Mermaid. Come on in here. Let's sell some cattle.
All right. right, hey, good set of steer calves. They're here to get $1.31, 1.5,
That's the chant of the world's best auctioneer, and that's Merv May over at the Burley Livestock Sale Yard, 1100 Occidental Avenue in Burley, and the sale that works for you. 10 o'clock starting time. Today, Thursday, Merv May, Cade, Rogge, Lance, Udy, the whole crew. And here's just some of the cattle going through the ring today. Moj Brody up at Darlington. Hey, good old cowboy up there. Semi-load of butcher cows and also a load of 500-pound calves coming in. K4 Ranch over at Oakley. Good morning. 50 head of mixed calves coming in from Oakley. TLK Dairy, Oak Valley, and P-Bar S Dairies are bringing in butcher cows. 10 a.m. starting time this morning at the Burley Livestock Sale Yard. And yes, there will be a sale next week on December the 28th. Don't forget the Burley Livestock Sale Yard this morning. Sale time, 10 a.m. Merv, sell those steers.
All right, hey, good set of steer calves. They're here to get $1.31, 1.5, 31, 1.5, 32, 2.5, 3.5, 134, 4.5, 5.5, 130, 550, 135, and I selling $1.35. Zeb Bell, get the bottom again.
Amen. Thank you. Caller, good morning. You're on the air. Thank you.
Good morning, Zeb.
Yes, sir.
Stopped a little bit, but not quite enough time to do it. Not enough room to park my truck. But anyway, Merry Christmas to you and your families and the rest of the listeners.
You know something, Riley? You have been such a nice person over the many years I've been on the air, calling in and giving some really good, thought-out statements to you and yours. Drive carefully, first of all, and a very Merry Christmas.
Yes, sir.
All right, buddy.
Talk to you next week.
All right, thank you. Take care, Riley. Thank you so much. Nice boy. Hey, I say boy, anybody younger than me is younger. Got to be a boy, but I'll tell you what, nice young man right there. Calls are welcome and appreciated. 436-2244, 1-866-927-4587. As I said, it's our Christmas party. We are not going to go into anything political. I'm not going to try to stir up the pot this morning. We're going to talk about the greatest holiday in remembrance of the birth of Jesus, Christmas. And that's what we're going to do today. Your thoughts about Christmas. Maybe you want to wish a family member a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. Hey, feel free to give us a call. Love to have you. Hey, don't forget, too, I'm still going to be doing our run of sponsors and advertisers. Denny's Restaurant, 611 North Overland in Burley, and 291 Pole Line Road in Twin Falls. America's Diner. Man, we had such a phenomenal Christmas party over there last week. You can stop in, stop in anytime, all the time, at Denny's Restaurant, 611 North Overland and Burley, with Thomas, Terry, Michelle, the whole crew serving you. And that, of course, is America's Diner. And our thanks also to Ramsey Heating and Electric, where everything is there. Heating, electric, cooling needs, everything. They've been in business for well over a half a century. Wow, that's pretty doggone impressive. At 2600 Overland Avenue in Burley. And the number to call, 678-0459. Open 7:30 to 5, Monday through Friday. Ramsey Heating and Electric. Caller, good morning. You're on the air.
Good morning, sir.
Hey.
Yeah, I'm out of bed checking in.
Well, I was a little worried. You do have an 8:04:30 time to call in.
8:04. Okay. Well, I'm early.
I know you are. Go ahead. Good morning.
Hey, I just want to say Merry Christmas to everybody. And I want to send a special Merry Christmas out to White Harvest Farms of Castle Ford, Idaho.
Okay.
They brought down a Baron heifer and gave to the Rupert Senior Center.
Oh, my goodness. Isn't that nice?
Yep.
That is nice.
The old girl weighed almost 2,000 pounds.
Woo! Going to be a lot of good eating.
A lot of hamburgers.
You better believe it.
Senior Center. And just thanks to everybody who's donated and who's helped. And if you can, let's help our senior centers this Christmas season. Do what we can to support them. If you're over 60, go join. Membership, they get more dollars. The more members they have, the more dollars, whether you go and use a facility or not.
I agree. I agree. You know, Doug, I appreciate your calls, and you've been so supportive of the program and a sponsor of some of the great, great gifts, Redneck Cup holders and everything at our lunch bunch. God bless you and your lovely wife, and I hope we see your smiling face later on this morning.
Well, we plan on it.
All right, buddy. Lock the doors, turn the sign off, and say, I'm gone. Out of here. Come on over.
Okay, and God bless everybody.
All right, buddy. Merry Christmas. Thank you. Hey, guys, grab some microphones over there. I've got some guests in the studio, and we have George and Adam and JR, and I'm going to start with that birthday boy over here for just a minute, if I may. Adam, happy belated birthday.
Thank you, Zeb.
You're welcome. Now, you what, 14?
Yes.
Going on 27?
No.
Oh, okay.
Well, eventually, hopefully, yes.
Okay, now 14 years of age, I mean, you must have some plans as to what you want to do over the next couple of years. What do you got cooking?
Well, obviously, I want to finish school, but then I would like to become a nurse.
A nurse?
Yes.
A male nurse. Now, that's really impressive. You want to get into the medical field?
Yes.
Well, by golly, you're always helping people, and that's really impressive. I wish you a very, not only happy birthday, but Merry Christmas.
Thank you, Zeb.
And you're traveling, I got to tell you, in rough company. You realize that, don't you?
Yes.
Now, did they relegate you to the back seat, or did you get the middle seat of the pickup?
Well, I don't know if I'm allowed to answer that, but I'm going to say back.
You got the back seat. Oh, that's a shame. You know, I'll give you a little word of advice, though. If you ever travel with cowboys, you always want to take the middle seat. You don't have to drive, and you don't have to get out to open or close the gates. Remember that. Middle seat. Thanks, and Merry Christmas. All right, one of you guys pick up that other microphone. Pick up that one right there. We've got J.R. Strunk and George Mass. What in the world are you guys doing here this morning? Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas. I would come and agitate you a little bit.
You know what? You're just like a washing machine with that big agitator.
I'm good at it, too, ain't I?
How are you?
I'm doing fine, sir.
Good. Now, you know, I got to give you a little bit of a rub because there's a lot of food out there, and you're just like a magnet, and you're there.
JR beat me to it. He had the first one.
He did, really?
Yeah, he knocked the end down, shoved me out of the way, and got right to it.
Oh, my goodness. I know JR better than that, and he's very polite. You were just stomping. You got a size 11 shoe print in the back of his back.
No, when it comes to the ends cooking, don't get in front of him and the food.
I can tell you that. JR, good morning to you. How are you?
Good morning, Zeb. I'm fine. Merry Christmas to you.
I'm honored to have you here. I mean, that really was nice of you to come here, and Merry Christmas to you and yours. I would assume you got the Harley in the garage.
You betcha. I was outside. I don't want to be on that today.
You know something? I was going to go yesterday, and we had some problems here yesterday. My good horse got injured real bad, and so we had to haul him to the vet. But I was going to stick my snowplow on my four-wheeler, wishful thinking, you know. And it was just too darn chilly for this fat man to get on the ground underneath that four-wheeler and put the attachments on. I said, another day.
I'll tell you what I did, Zeb. Last year, we had all the snow. I took a shovel, and I trenched a trail from the gate to the pump house for the wife and another one for the cats, and got all that done. This year here I bought some insurance. I went and bought a snowblower, so we don't have to worry about snow.
You're all set to go.
No.
Rock and roll time. You know, I bought my snowplow, and of course I hooked it onto my four-wheeler from Let's Ride. And I got to admit to you, I was praying for snow every day. I had more doggone fun plowing snow last year than I ever did.
I've had one of mine for quite a while. I can't get through the gate with it. I tear up the lawn. The boss, she won't let me do that.
The only thing I hit hard last year, and boy, I mean it about set this old boy on his nose, is I had some big, heavy cinder blocks over by the arena. And I forgot I'd put them there. And I was going to try to move some snow away from that gate. I hit those at a pretty good clip, and it does make your eyes kind of flutter a little bit.
Sort of stops everything.
It did, boy. That old blade went creak like that. George, what are you laughing at? You're not perfect.
No, I was just thinking you mowing the yard.
Easy, George. Easy, George. Easy, George. I never had a wreck this summer. Not one. I did not mow down any fences. I did not mow down any flowers. I did not run in the canal. Give me a break, old man. I don't want your hard time.
Okay. Did you put them back up after knocking down the first time? Or?
No, I tell you what, I had to be much more careful this year. Anything you want to give as Christmas wishes, George?
Yes, I do. This time of year, let's remember our veterans.
Amen.
I don't care how big and how macho you are, it's nice to be home with mama or the wife or the kids or grandkids at Christmas time. A lot of them don't have a choice. That's a choice they made.
Yeah.
They don't regret it. But let's keep them in mind. And also remember, war's hell on the home front, too. The families that's at home and their loved ones are over fighting for us.
You know, I got to do a commercial break here in a second, but before I go to JR and Adam, but one of the most heartwarming videos at this time of the year is to see the different news videos of a serviceman or a woman coming home surprising the family, like maybe at a class function at the school, the high school, whatever. Those just make me cry every time I see one.
It is, and it's real. It's real.
Absolutely.
You know, JR and I know JR backed me on this, that going in the service, that's big and macho, but laying there in the bunk and hear the airplane going overhead, wishing you just kind of on it, should go home and be present for Christmas.
Christmas really brings out all the emotions, doesn't it?
It does. It does. Anyway, let's keep them in our prayers, and this is time for giving. So if you know of a family that could use a hand up, step up and give them just a little something. If nothing else, just a Merry Christmas.
God bless you, George. I appreciate it. Stand by. I'll get JR on the microphone here in just a minute. Want to remind everybody about Keelix supplements. Don't forget a very important part of the supplements of minerals and vitamins for your livestock. And let's not get the mics crossed there, okay? The wires. Anyway, Scott Minton can help you. 435-230-1175. Call him to help you provide your cattle what they need. And, of course, whether it's a horse operation, beef cattle, dairies, horses, sheep, goats, everything, they've got all the different formulas for your livestock to get through a cold winter healthy. Keelix Supplements, Scott Minton, 435-230-1175. Don't forget that. Also, our thanks go out to our friends at the Pomerell Place. I've said this many, many times, and I mean it. I don't want anybody home alone and with all the risk of the isolation, the loneliness, safety hazards, and injuries, poor nutrition, not eating the right meals, missed medication. Hey, senior living at Pomerell Place, 1301 Bennett Street in Burley. The number to call, 677-8212, and they wish you and yours a very Merry Christmas. And real fast, George, I got to tell you, you've probably seen the truck over there in Rupert, but Dino's Septic Service over in Rupert, septic tanks pumped and sewer and sink drain lines cleaned, septic inspections, liquid waste removal. I mean, fast, fair, friendly service. They do the job that we don't want to do. Dino's Septic Service in Rupert. And don't forget, 436-6526, and in Burley, 678-1638, with that great big truck called Smells Cargo on the way. Dino's Septic Service, wishing you a very Merry Christmas. What is special for you, JR, about Christmas time? Hold that mic real close, please.
Boy, there's many things, Zeb. I don't, it's like George said earlier, we're worried about, or not worried, I'm sorry, we're hoping that everybody has GIs that are out of town. I've got a grandson that just left on an airplane yesterday for Italy.
Oh, really?
Yeah, in the Army. He's going to go jump out of an airplane over there. Like, I thought I taught him better, but...
He's a paratrooper.
Yes.
Oh, yeah. My goodness.
173rd Airborne over there. And, of course... He's pretty tough when he left. It's all right to miss Christmas, but I'm sure when he gets there, his brothers, mom, dad, stuff, he'll be sorry. But.
I can say this from all the Christmases I've missed at home. It's always good to say, oh, I'm fine, and then turn away, and boy, then you got to tuck that chin a little bit and dry that eye.
Absolutely.
Absolutely. Merry Christmas to you, my friend.
Well, thank you, Jack.
And I certainly hope that anything we can do on this program to help with the combat vets, let us know, please.
We'll do it.
I appreciate that.
We just recently delivered to the Army quite a bit of presents we help some families out this year. Yeah, we do it every year. And we got 4 families this year, and this year we donated to the senior center for help them out with some money, and we helped out the sister station over there with some stuff for Thanksgiving turkeys, and
really
been a good year.
Well, you folks are tremendous, and that man standing in the doorway, I've got the highest regard for what he does, and I know you're right in there with him. So, Merry Christmas, and thank you for coming by this morning.
Yeah, not a problem. Actually, what the original plan was, George and I was going to go eat, and he was going to talk, but this is...
Adam was going to talk while you guys raided all the pantries.
Exactly.
I see. Adam, what do you think about that? A couple of rough birds here this morning.
Well, I'm not surprised. That's what they always do. They
always eat?
And leave me to the wolf, yeah.
Adam, what about Christmas for you? What's your favorite part of Christmas?
Spending time with family.
Oh, that's not... And you're only 14, and that's pretty profound, really. Now, what about Grandpa and Grandma? I mean, tell me a little bit about what they do on Christmas. Do you open your packages on Christmas Eve or morning or what?
I'm not normally here on Christmas. I'm normally with my mom or with my dad in California. So,
I see.
If we are all here, we will open them in the morning.
In the morning.
But, yeah.
Now, Adam, I got to tell you, if you do open your packages up in the morning over at Grandpa's place, he's not a very early riser.
Yeah. I almost beat him out of bed last Saturday, which is surprising.
Okay. And God bless you, and Merry Christmas, Adam. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. I got to pay some more bills, and calls are welcome. Thank you, gentlemen. And if you're still here after you've filled your tummies up, come on back in a few minutes. Enjoy the food, Adam. Go get them some biscuits or whatever's out there. It's really good food. Hey, we want to remind everybody about our Christmas thank yous, and they include our friends at Magic Valley Carpet, 613 D Street in Rupert, and they wish you and yours a very Merry Christmas, along with Butte Irrigation at 116 South, 600 West of Paul, and at Red Cap Corner on Kimberly Road in Kimberly. Your Zomatic dealer, they'll get you wet at Butte Irrigation. And Streamline Precision with our old buddy Tim. He's supposed to be coming by here later on this morning. 120 South, 100 West of Burley, 678-9204. Streamline Precision, they can do it all. They can build anything, and they can take care of anything for you. Merry Christmas from Streamline Precision. Your turn. Give us a call. We are not going to get into any subjects this morning. I'm not going to talk about the tax bill. I'm not going to do any of that kind of stuff. But I am going to have Christmas wishes for everyone this morning. I grew up in a rural area of southeastern Wisconsin near the town of Fort Atkinson, named after a general in the Black Hawk Wars, General Atkinson. And I attended a country school, Curtis Mills, for my 8 grades. It was a one-room schoolhouse, all 8 grades, and I'm proud of that. And Christmas was really special for me. Right after Thanksgiving, a teacher that I just absolutely loved and still have fond remembrances of, Mrs. Kiltz, would start the planning of the annual Christmas pageant at that school, and it was a huge event. Little bitty old one-room school out in the woods, and oh my goodness, we had humorous skits and poems and songs, and it was all very well rehearsed. I mean, Mrs. Kiltz, she could have been a Hollywood director. And we had a great big stage and a curtain, and we had the best theatrics that we could muster. And little things like, well, I'll tell you, Big Richard Ralph. We had a guy that was in school, and he was a year younger than I was. But he was, at the time I was in 8th grade and he was in 7th, he was 6'3" and weighed 220 pounds. Big Richard. And I never will forget the fact that in one of the skits, he was up on the stage and he was supposed to jump up and down and show excitement. And all 200 and some odd pounds of Richard went right to the stage, to the floor of the school. I can still see him going crash right through the stage. Oh, we had wonderful times. And then the 2 Davison brothers dressed as angels getting into a fist fight behind the curtains before they went on stage. Never forget that. And one of the favorite things I remember about elementary school over at Curtis Mill, they had the Santa Claus visit, and he was passing out all the candy bags to all the kids and everything, and the drawstring broke on his pants, and There was a whole bunch more of Santa to see than what we remembered. Caller, I'll be right with you. Stand by. Don't forget Burley Physical Therapy and Rehabilitation with Nick Greenwell and the crew. I mean, they are the best. I don't brag on them because it's a fact. They are the best. Burley Physical Therapy and Rehabilitation, 1263 Bennett Avenue, Suite 2 in Burley. They can take care of your aches, pains, strains, and sprains. Say that fast 5 times. All you got to do is give them a call, 678-1191. Burley Physical Therapy and Rehabilitation, wishing you a very Merry Christmas. Good morning, caller. You're on the air.
Zeb, I just wanted to wish you and Deanna a super Merry Christmas. And thanks, Zeb, for your friendship over the years. Do appreciate it.
I know who this man is, and I, right back at you, have the very best wishes for you and your wonderful wife. And please, when you're driving by, stop in and see us. We would be honored to visit with you. And the very merriest of Christmases and the best doggone New Year to you, my friend.
Do appreciate you, Zeb, and don't call him very often, but I do appreciate it.
Well, God bless you, and have the merriest of all Christmases. And say that to Elaine for me, too, please.
Will do, and thanks for all you do.
Thank you, sir. It's a blessing to have you as a friend. Thank you so much. Wow. Former Representative Bert Stevenson, and really one of my true friends. I call on Bert a lot for advice, and I'll call him early in the morning and on various subjects and everything, and he's just been really a super great friend. Calls are welcome, 436-2244, 1-866-927-4587. Merry Christmas, everybody, and Merry Christmas from the Urgent Cares. Riverview Urgent Care in Burley at 382 North Overland, Urgent Care in Twin at 2392 Addison Avenue East, and Urgent Care of Jerome, 133 West Avenue A in Jerome. Kind of fall into the Christmas tree or slip on the ice or whatever, and you, oh boy, I tell you, sprains, strains, and fractures, everything they can help you and keep the health care costs down. Get treated, not seated. No appointment needed. Open 7 days a week with extended hours, always with a qualified provider on staff. They're there to serve you, and they serve you well at the Urgent Cares, Riverview Urgent Care in Burley, and the Urgent Care of Jerome and Twin Falls. Merry Christmas. All right, let's get some calls in here at 436-2244, 1-866-927-4587. And I'd like to hear what your thoughts are on this Christmas season. If you're going to a Christmas party, I love these. If you're going to a Christmas party for this weekend, I'm going to give you some Zeb at the Ranch holiday eating tips. Now, really pay attention to these because I can help you enjoy that Christmas party even more. Avoid carrot sticks. Anyone who puts carrots on a holiday buffet table knows nothing of the Christmas spirit. In fact, if you see carrots, leave immediately. Go next door where they're serving rum balls. Remember that. Now, also, if something comes with gravy, use it. That's the whole point of gravy. Gravy does not stand alone. Pour it on, make a volcano out of your mashed potatoes, fill it with gravy, eat the volcano, and repeat as often as necessary. And here's another very important snack tip for you this weekend. Do not have a snack before going to a party in an effort to control your eating. The whole point of going to a Christmas party is to eat other people's food for free, lots of it, okay? And let's see, what else have I got here? Under no circumstances should you exercise between now and New Year's. You can do that in January when you have nothing else to do. This is the time for long naps, which you'll need after circling the buffet table while carrying a 10-pound plate of food and that vat of eggnog. There you go. Caller, good morning. You're on the air.
Well, good morning, Zeb. It's Scotty and Gina. How are you?
Well, peachy good. How are you?
Well, we're doing quite better now. We just got a delivery from Sophie's and some some cinnamon rolls, and we understand we have you to thank for that.
Well, you and Gina and Wheels. Now, remember, little Wheels in the other room. You got to split them up so all three of you can kind of pork out on those cinnamon rolls. But you do so much to help me during the course of the year with great weather forecasts and everything. I just felt that I'd like to kind of reimburse your thank you with a great big bunch of cinnamon rolls.
My thighs are going to thank you later.
I didn't know you were on the air. Well, by golly, how are you folks this morning?
We are doing well.
Did you hear my tips about going to a Christmas party?
Yes, and I like the one about carrots.
Well, I have one more for you and Scotty to remember. If you come across something really good at a buffet table, like frosted Christmas cookies in the shape and size of Santa, position yourself near them and don't move away, don't budge. Have as many as you can before becoming the center of attention. They're like a pair of boots. If you leave them behind, you're never going to see them again.
Oh, yes. The Santa Claus cookie is definitely a must, for sure. I don't know if I'm going to be making it to it, but these cinnamon rolls, they look so good. And Zab, we appreciate everything you do for us as well. Anytime that we have something special going on, you're always more than willing to jump in and help us out with you and your large listenership, it's a team effort, and I appreciate you being on our team.
God bless both of you, and you and Wheels, absolutely just dear friends of mine, and I do mean this. God bless, Merry Christmas, Happy New Year, and thank you for calling me this morning.
God bless you too, Zeb. You have an awesome Christmas, and hope you get more than you deserve.
I have. My beautiful wife has provided that for me, and thanks, Scotty. Appreciate it.
Yep, we'll talk to you.
All right, Scotty and Gina and Wheels over at our main studio. Wheels, now, are you there listening? I think he is.
I am. Sorry for the 1 second delay.
Yeah, all right, that's all right. Make sure you get your portion of the cinnamon rolls there, itty-bitty buddy.
I will. Actually, once I'm off this mic here, I'm going to go tell my cohorts that I need a large cinnamon roll.
Okay, well, now listen, Merry Christmas to you, and you just enjoy those, and I'll keep checking in with you. But we'll welcome calls, and thanks, Wheels. We appreciate everything you do.
Well, thank you, sir, and Merry Christmas, and Happy New Year's to you and Deanne.
All right. Thanks, buddy. Hey, don't forget, calls are welcome and appreciated right now, and we'd like you to give us a call, 436-2244, 1-866-927-4587. Give us a call. My wife found this, and she says, according to the Alaska Department of Fish and Game, while both male and female reindeer grow antlers in the summer each year, male reindeer drop their antlers at the beginning of winter, usually late November to mid-December. Female reindeer retain their antlers till after they give birth in the spring. Therefore, according to every historical rendition depicting Santa's reindeer, every single one of them, from Rudolph to Blitzen, had to be a girl. We should have known. Only women, while pregnant, would be able to drag a fat man in a red velvet suit all around the world in one night and not get lost. Merry Christmas. Oh, don't forget our friends over at Barry Equipment and Rental. Oh, my goodness sakes, yes. Sales, service, and parts, and they've got 3 locations, South Lincoln in Jerome, Addison Avenue West in Twin Falls, and 159 West Highway 30 in Burley. Hello, Juan, over there at Barry Equipment and Rental. They've got all the Bobcats. Yep, they've got a whole bunch of Bobcats, all shapes and sizes, new and used, and they've got all the Bobcat excavators, everything, and they've got all the equipment rentals. They've got all the skid steer rentals, all the lift rentals, everything, retail equipment sales. It's all there for you at Barry Equipment and Rental. Sales, service, and parts in Jerome, Twin Falls, and 159 West Highway 30 in Burley. Love to have some calls right now with your thoughts on Christmas and how you celebrate. And while I'm waiting for you to give me a call, I also want to say thank you very much. Vicky's Country Garden, 185 South, 600 West of Paul. Got a great idea for you. Call her cell phone, 431-5667, and get a stocking stuffer with a gift certificate to Vicky's Country Garden in Paul for next spring and summer. Vicky's Country Garden. And also a thank you from Streamline Precision again, Tim and the crew. Hey, walk up to somebody in uniform, policeman, fireman, military, and shake their hand and say thank you. These are the men and women that put their lives on the line so that we can live in the best place in the world, America. Thank you, Streamline Precision in Burley. And Magic Valley Irrigation with our great friends, Jeff and the whole crew, with all your irrigation needs, and they say a special thank you and shout out to all the great farmers and ranchers in the area. Merry Christmas from Magic Valley Irrigation. Thank you very much. All right, your turn. Give us a call, 436-2244, 1-866-927-4587. You know, I used to, while I was in college, come home at Christmas time, and that was something that was really, really special. I missed home. I got to tell you, way up in Minneapolis, and I lived way down in southern Wisconsin. And I missed my mom's cooking. I missed the fun of getting ready for Christmas. You know, Mom would be out there always days before Christmas making all kinds of cookies and chocolate, different items of chocolates. Oh, man, I missed all that. And I was a long way away. But when I came home, it was always my job, no matter when I got home, to put up the nativity scene. And I valued that. It meant a lot. And even to this day, I think we've got at least in my house here right now, probably 13 or 14 different nativity scenes. It's something from Christmas days long ago that I'll never forget, and I cherish. Calls are welcome, 436-2244, 1-866-927-4587. Come on, folks, call us and let us know your thoughts on this special edition. George, have a chair for a minute. By the way, today is Joe Taylor's birthday. And we wished him Merry Christmas yesterday. I want to do it again this morning. And today's the big day for Joe Taylor. Merry, Merry Christmas. Go ahead, George. What do you got there?
Well, Mr. Bell, the Santa Claus that we did, that Zeb and Deanna, George and Donna did for the Burley Care Center and
yes.
Rupert Care Center and the family, they was all delivered, and they was very appreciative, and they told me to be sure and relay a great big heartfelt thank you.
Well, that's nice, and so anything we can do during the course of the year to help those folks. You know, I really admire you, George, taking the bull by the horns, if you will, and taking care of that. Thank you.
You're welcome, Zeb, but this is a time of giving.
It is.
You know, and it's... I feel better, and I know you do too, that helping somebody that could use a helping hand is very rewarding.
Well, you have jumped in, and I'm not going to make any bones about it. You've always been there to help me on various projects, and I've tried to reciprocate. But you and your great Santa Claus outfit and everything, you do a wonderful job, and I really appreciate that.
You're welcome, Zeb. Yeah. But what goes around comes around. You know that what JR and I do, and the events we're in, we couldn't do it without your help.
Well,
we could do it, but it would be tough, and we wouldn't have the outcome.
Well, I appreciate that, George, and I hope that this next year we can do more to help some people in this area.
Yeah, it is, and there's always somebody that needs a helping hand up, you know, and it's... A lot of them's humble and they won't say anything, but it's appreciative.
Well, you know, the thing about you and I, as we get a little older, it's funny how those Santa Claus outfits, they fit so well, and you don't have to go get that extra padding.
That's true, but if I keep getting you don't have to wear that suit, buddy, because it's getting kind of tight on me.
Oh, well, I bet you're going to have fun for the rest of the weekend, aren't you?
Yeah, I'll be busy clear up to Christmas Eve. And,
really?
Yeah.
Wow.
So it's rewarding. That's the best part of Christmas for me is, I guess, putting on that little suit and bring a smile to somebody's face.
You know, when you do that, I've got to ask you, you're kind of hidden, and people don't know who that person is, and they're wondering, and they're guessing, and they're trying to peek and see, well, who is that? I bet you that being incognito, that gives you a little special license to have more fun with it.
It is. You get a little more mouthy,
Yeah, that's true. That's true. Don't give the costume to Donna.
Yeah. But it's very rewarding. There's two people that really enjoy Santa Claus, and that's the young and the very old.
Oh, absolutely.
I go to these extended care units, and those little ladies, you got to hold their hand, you got to kiss them on the cheek, and they're just...
You don't mind doing that at all?
Oh, no, that's the only time I can get away without getting whipped.
No, I tell you what, I love this time of the year, and you do a wonderful, wonderful job with the kids and everything, and thanks for what you do.
Thank you, Zeb, and Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas. Adam, now, you're going to be getting your license before too many years, right?
Yeah.
So this might be a good thing when you can start chauffeuring, if you will, JR and George.
Yeah, I'll have a little more control.
A little bit more control. I like that. Remember that, young man. And drive carefully and have a Merry Christmas. Now, when are you going to go back down to California?
The 25th, so Christmas
Day.
Itself.
Wow. Are you flying?
Yes.
Oh, my goodness. And then Mom and Dad will pick you up down there, right?
Yep.
Oh, well, listen, you tell the pilot to do a special careful job.
Okay.
All right, buddy. Thank you very much. God bless all of you. JR, thank you again for being here. We appreciate it. God bless you. I got to pay some bills. No, I got to get a weather forecast on here right now. And are you guys taking off, or are you going to go eat some more food?
We're going to take off.
All right. Well, listen, thanks again. God bless all three of you. Thank you. Adam, sit in the middle. Remember what I told you?
Yes.
You never have to open the gate. JR?
I didn't know it was having a different-looking sweater contest. I'd have brought one.
Well, I got my ugly sweater on, believe me, and
I didn't want to say that.
It barely fits. Thanks a lot for coming in. Appreciate it. Time for the weather, brought to you by Mount Harrison Audiology and Hearing Aids with the lovely Dr. Christine Pickup, Doctor of Audiology, right behind the Minidoka Hospital, across from the emergency room. The number to call, 312-0957, and make an appointment to get a hearing screening, and she can and will help you. Right now, here's Gina with the weather.
4 more shopping days left until Christmas. Hopefully you are ready. And are we going to see a white Christmas? I don't know. Here's your weather for Zeb at the Ranch. Looks like mostly sunny skies for today. A little bit on the breezy side. Winds out of the west, right around 10 miles an hour. Gusts possible as high as 20. High of 27 for today. Tonight, partly cloudy skies. Winds calming down with the low right near 21. Tomorrow, mostly sunny skies. High near 34. Going to be slightly breezy as well. Friday night, chance of snow showers are in the forecast. About a 30% chance of snow, mostly cloudy skies with a low right near 24. Saturday, 30% chance of snow showers in the morning. Partly sunny skies by the afternoon with a high right near 27. For Sunday, slight chance of snow showers in the forecast. Highs are going to be in the low 20s. And then for Christmas Day, mostly cloudy with a high of 24. That is your weather for Zeb at the Ranch.
And Gina, great job on that weather. We might have a chance at a white Christmas. It doesn't sound real promising, but you never know. We might get a little skift of snow. And our thanks go out to Mount Harrison Audiology and Hearing Aids with the Doctor of Audiology, Christine Pickup. Oh, does she know sound? And yes, she can help you with your hearing. Call today for an appointment, 312-0957. I'd also like you to give me a call right now at 436-2244, 1-866-927-4587. Merry Christmas wishes and a Happy New Year from your lamb and wool growers in the Mini-Cassia area, past and present. Really, really dedicated, hard-working folks. Strong families, great Idahoans who have been a major part of Idaho's history and are proud to be participating in Idaho's future in the agricultural economy. Thank you to the lamb and wool growers in the Mini-Cassia area, and they wish you and yours Merry Christmas. I think I'm going to do a little Christmas story right now before I go any further. And let me see. Let me pick one out of my file here. Oh, this one always gets to me because I remember reading this. Pardon me if I get a little bubbly. right after my mother had passed away on our Christmas program. And it's called I'm Spending Christmas with Jesus This Year. I see the countless Christmas trees around the world below, with tiny lights like heaven's stars reflecting on the snow. The sight is so spectacular, please wipe away that tear, for I'm spending Christmas with Jesus this year. I hear the many Christmas songs that people hold so dear, but the sounds of music can't compare with the Christmas choir up here. For I have no words to tell you the joy their voices bring, for it is beyond description to hear an angel sing. I can't tell you of the splendor or the peace here in this place. Can you just imagine Christmas with our Savior face to face? I'll ask him to light your spirit as I tell him of your love. So then pray on for one another as you lift your eyes above. Please let your hearts be joyful and let your spirit sing, for I am spending Christmas in heaven and I'm walking with the King. Merry Christmas. Calls are welcome, 436-2244, 1-866-927-4587. And I'd like to hear what you have to say about Christmas. So give us a jingle on the landline, please. Our Christmas party. And let me see what this little note was. Let us remember, I like this. Let us remember that the Christmas heart is a giving heart. A wide-open heart that thinks of others first. The birth of the baby Jesus stands as the most significant event in all history because it has meant the pouring into a sick world of the healing medicine of love, which has transformed all manner of hearts for almost 2,000 years. Underneath all the bulging bundles is this beating Christmas heart. All right, your turn. Come on. I really would like to hear from you this morning, as we've had some people already stop by. We know that many others are coming by for this morning, and we'd like to get you on the air with your thoughts to your family or your friends, whatever. While I'm waiting for your call, I'm going to tell everybody about our major sponsor, and they wish you a very Merry Christmas. And those, of course, are your Magic Valley Les Schwab Tire Centers. Oh, my goodness sakes, get ready for wintertime driving, and they can help with all the traction tires for you. Oh, my goodness, Jack's here. Come on in, my goodness sakes. Jack Euler just walked in. And don't forget, too, Ruby Easy, he's a good guy. He's a good guy. And don't forget, along with all the winter traction tires, the best in brake service, front end alignment, shocks and struts, everything for you and your driving safety, along with the best in batteries also. Your Magic Valley Les Schwab Tire Centers, Lane and Rupert, Dave on Blue Lakes and Twin, Mike and Buell, Mike and Jerome, the Twist family in Paul, Daniel on Pole Line in Twin Falls, and Randy on Overland and Burley. The best, your Magic Valley Les Schwab Tire Centers. Jack, my goodness, pick up the microphone. How in the world are you, and Merry Christmas?
Good morning.
Oh, we got the wrong mic. That's get the other one there. There you go, buddy. Good morning.
Good morning.
There you go.
I love your sweater.
Well,
where's the rest of it?
What do you mean the rest of it?
Santa Claus and your beard.
Well, the hat's over there on the old caricature of Obama. And we've got a lot of Christmas around. How are you?
I'm great.
You look good.
Well, I
got a brand new vest all ready for Christmas.
Yeah.
Oh, it looks pretty good. One of those camo vests. I bet you that's warm, though, isn't it?
It is.
It's a little chilly outside.
Right. Yeah, it's very.
Oh, my. Hey, what have you been doing with yourself? I haven't seen you for a long time.
I have been running up and down the road working.
Oh, my. And when are you going to slow down and say, hey, it's time to sip the coffee a little slower?
Well, I don't know. I had that talk with Grant Gerber's boys a couple of days ago.
Down in Elko.
In Elko.
Yeah.
And I told them that I would probably wait until Grant did, until he couldn't go any further or faster.
You know something, Jack? There's a lot to be said for not quitting. And just the other day, I had somebody come up to me and they said, well, when are you going to stop doing this? When are you going to stop doing that? When are you going to slow down and do this? And I thought, why should I? Why should I? I like what I do.
Well, why quit?
Yeah.
What are you going to do when you quit?
I don't think Deanne could stand it.
That's my problem.
Yeah. And no, seriously, I enjoy what I do, and I enjoy staying busy. I enjoy my horses. I enjoy everything about that. And for somebody to say, well, why don't you just go lie on a beach someplace and soak up the sun? I can't do that.
No.
I don't want to do that. Are you all ready for Christmas?
No.
Well, that's flat. You better get your shopping done, buddy.
Yeah.
I want you to know, for the first time in all our married life, 46 years, I'm done. I'm done.
You're done.
I normally have to finish up on Christmas Eve. Buddy. All I got to do is wrap that stuff, and they know it's from me the way I wrap. It's pretty ugly.
46 years, huh?
46 years.
How did she get along with you for that long?
You're getting a little personal here, Jack. It's a good question. It's a good question. No, I tell you, I've been blessed. And she put out, I'm sure, have you already seen the food? Or
no.
I stopped you before you got that far.
Yeah.
Jack is related to the Hoover Vacuum Company. Anyway, no, she's a great cook, and she's got everything laid out here for the folks to come by and everything. And I want to just take this time to say thank you to her.
Well, I will. And I gave her a hug on the way in.
Well, I noticed that. But, you know, I'm going to take a little break, and we're going to run to the news right now, and then I'm going to run, period. And you can go out and fill your plate and come on back here and visit with us.
Sounds great.
All right. Wheels, if you're over there and ready, let's hear some great Christmas music, and then we'll be back in a couple of minutes. Merry Christmas, everybody. Oh, Merry, Merry, Merry Christmas. And there were shepherds out in the field keeping watch by night, and an angel of the Lord appeared to them, and the glory of the Lord shone round about them. Good morning and Merry Christmas. Zeb Bell, Zeb at the Ranch with our Christmas show today, and we're not talking politics. We're not going to do anything but honor Christmas as it should be, the birth of our Savior Jesus Christ. And thank you for tuning in with our major sponsor, your Magic Valley Les Schwab Tire Centers, all 7 locations serving you. And, of course, not to forget some of our great advertisers like Western Way Services.
From the canyons of the Snake River and all across southern Idaho, we're always at your disposal. Western Way Services, we care about our community, our resources, and this great land. Western Way Services is landing ahead, always at your disposal.
Western Way Services, I know right now, this time of the year, they want to extend to you and your family Merry Christmas and Happy New Year. Western Way Services, always at your disposal. Get on the route service. Wave goodbye to your garbage every week. They do a wonderful job. Western Way Services, 734-6969. Wishing you and yours a very Merry Christmas. Other Christmas wishes go today from Joel Heward, his family, and his staff over at Hanson Mortuary, 710 6th Street in Rupert. They are so community-oriented and so helpful, and they do want to wish you and your family a blessed Christmas time and the best of everything for 2018. Hanson Mortuary, 710 6th Street in Rupert, 436-5636. Also, Merry Christmas wishes. Still time if your family's headed in for the Christmas holidays. Don't forget the Fairfield Inn and Suites by Marriott, 230 West 7th North in Burley. Make sure the relatives use their bathroom, not yours. And they can stay at their own room at the Fairfield Inn and Suites by Marriott. And the room rate only $89. Call 677-5000. Merry Christmas from the Fairfield Inn and Suites by Marriott. And also, Merry Christmas from Speaker of the House and Representative Scott Bedke as they get ready for the big legislative session coming up right in January up in Boise. Here's a man that understands the land, understands the people, and wants to serve Idaho. Speaker Scott Bedke and his family wishing you and yours a very Merry Christmas. There you go. We're right here. Let me check with Wheels real fast. Wheels, did Kyla from the Chamber of Commerce call?
Yes, sir, she did.
She's on the line?
Yes, sir.
Oh, well, we'll just get her right on the line and say, Merry Christmas, little girl. What do you want for Christmas?
Christmas, Zeb, and the best to you and yours. Thanks so much. It's great to hear from you again. How are you this morning?
I am great. I've got one of my best friends ever right here in the studio. We're kind of talking a little bit about Christmas and everything, but what in the world is going on over at your office?
Well, I think we have had a lot of people coming in, getting those last-minute gifts here at the Visitor Center and gift shop. So if you're looking for great made-in-Idaho products or gift ideas, we have got just a great selection here. Everything from the candy and the sweets to some pretty unique items that I think folks will love. So we will be open 9 to 5, so just stop on in, and we would love to see you. But I think all of us are just really excited for Christmas to get here, and a little bit of snow this week made it pretty awesome.
I am just like a little kid. I am, and I'm not ashamed to admit it. I'm a 70-year-old kid that looks forward to Christmas and all the lights and all the ceremonies and different things that go on at the churches, and then, of course, Santa Claus and the gifts. Oh, the list goes on and on.
Yes, and I think I'm most excited just to have a little bit of time off. I'm not going to lie to you on that, Zeb. So I understand we won't be in next week, but I just want to wish everybody a very Merry Christmas and Happy New Year to all the folks out there. We are very grateful for the support for the Chamber of Commerce. We're grateful for all of our members. And, we just want to say thank you for your support this past year, and we're looking forward to a wonderful 2018, which is just around the corner.
It is, and I'm so glad you brought that up about next week. Yeah, we weighed the decision as to whether we were going to have a program next week between Christmas and New Year's. And Wheels over at our main studio, he has been so diligent to be there every day and wanted to spend a little time with his family. I wanted to spend a little bit more time with my family, so we're going to take an extended kind of a vacation between Christmas and New Year's, and then we will be talking to you again in 2018.
That sounds wonderful, and honestly, I'm going to be off next week, too, so this is just perfect timing. But there are some things going on. I know a lot of people are very excited. They've got family, they've got friends coming in. We just want to kind of let you know that Pomerel Ski Resort, yes, is going to be having on Saturday their Santa Costume Parade and the Ho 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 contest. They made that name up, not me. But 2 p.m. is the parade at Pomerel Ski Resort. And then if you dress up, and you must be in a full Santa costume for a chance to win some great prizes, they'll do the parade at 2, but they'll have their elves and other people all over the hillside. So I just think this event is hilarious, because how many times can you see so many Santas skiing in one place?
Oh, my goodness. And if they all collide at the bottom of the hill, that would be a Santa wreck.
It would not be jolly. It would not be jolly.
There you go.
So anyway, but I'm excited about this one, and kudos to Pomerel. They just do a wonderful job out there. It is not that far of a drive for us here, and I just hope to see a lot of people out there and support them, because this is going to be great. I know they've been getting some snow up there, so we're excited to see that. And not a lot of places have snow right now, so this is going to be a lot of fun. We do want to remind folks that on Christmas Day and also on New Year's Day, so the 25th of December and January 1st, the Chamber of Commerce and the Visitor Center will be closed so that our folks can enjoy some time with their families, but then we will be back at it again. And we've already had people asking us, when is the annual Chamber Installation Banquet? That is happening on February 1st, but tickets are on sale now. So if you are looking for a little stocking stuffer and you want to attend this wonderful banquet at the Burley Best Western Convention Center, just stop on by. We'd be happy to get you some tickets.
You know, Kyla, I got to tell you that you've got a great personality, a wonderful voice, and you've done just a tremendous job representing the Mini-Cassia Chamber of Commerce when we have this segment every week. And on behalf of Deanne and I and our program, thank you for all your help and involvement, and we'll look forward to this next year.
Well, Zeb, it's an honor to be on your show. You know that. This is a lot of fun, and we just appreciate all the support that we get, especially from you guys. So Merry Christmas, and we'll talk to you in the new year.
Merry Christmas, and I hope that all the reindeer leave their hoof prints and nothing else on your roof.
Okay, I'll let you know.
Thanks, Kyla.
Merry Christmas, Zeb. Take care.
God bless. Mini-Cassia Chamber of Commerce, Kyla, and we thank her for all that she does. By the way, Merry Christmas from some dear folks at Ark Animal Hospital, 750 21st Street, near Connection Credit Union in Heyburn. Wow. They take care of all your pets, all your livestock, big or small. They love them all. They have warm hearts for cold noses, and they wish you and your family a very Merry Christmas. Ark Animal Hospital over in Heyburn, 678-1177. Dear friend of mine that I've known him for how many years have we been friends anyway, Jack? It's been a long, long time.
It has.
You're still eating.
I just got through.
Jack came in here a few minutes ago with a plate that Deanne had to help carry it and steady it so it didn't tip over. Wow, we go back. I mean, I was trying to think the other day when I was talking to you on the phone. We go back, 25, almost 30 years, don't we?
Yes.
Pretty close.
Right.
And it was a blessing. How did you ever get started with us on our television show? That's one thing I could not remember.
You know, I can't either, but it was great.
Yeah.
I don't know whether it was the Wolf deal or whatever it was.
Yeah, that
because I took the cameraman up by McCall once.
That's right.
When a bunch of sheep were killed by a pack of wolves.
Right, I remember that.
And there was TV stations trying to get in that and everything, but I had permission from the rancher, and he was going to meet me, and I wouldn't give permission to anybody else.
You know, and I think you're right. That's how we got started. But then you kind of took on a job of being, and I don't mean this at all derogatory, because God bless you, we need you, kind of the gopher. You went and go for everything. You did everything. And on our TV show, and you were always there at all the tapings, along with Johnny and myself and Bevan Gary and Luigi, and whoever else was the guest on that program. A lot of good memories. And remember the Christmas shows we did on that show?
Oh, yeah. It was great.
And then to remember all the outtakes that we had that we put on tape. We had better response from those than anything.
Yes.
We made a lot of mistakes.
Well, you do when you're on camera.
Oh my goodness! And so you're still handling all the insurance calls and everything.
I am.
Oh my goodness! And still a part of fighting the wolves and the environmentalists.
Yes.
Kind of a never-ending job.
Right.
Yeah. You know, I didn't want to get into anything political today because it's Christmas, so give me a real short answer on this. But with the Trump administration and a brighter, clearer path as to what's going to happen, are you optimistic?
I'm very optimistic right now because if you notice what happened in Las Vegas the last couple of days in court down there, it gives these people that want to come out and tell the truth the opportunity without having the threat of being put down.
You know, let's get back into the talking about the Bundy family, and we're going to be talking about that when I come back on the air that first week. But what about Christmas? What special little traits or little special events do you and your family do at Christmas that might be out of the normal for others? Speaking of out of the normal, I know you are, but go ahead.
Well, it's kind of changed over the years as the grandkids have grown up. All the ones that are in college, which most of them are home, and it's going to be hunting trips this year.
Really?
Yes.
Oh, my goodness, hunting trips.
In fact, they're out hunting with their dad this morning. And
you've been a staunch hunter all your life. Now, what about the fishing? You don't like to fish? You don't like to sit still, or what?
No, we love to fish. My son's got a nice boat, and we go out to Salmon Dam all the time fishing.
Really?
And we love it.
So what about Christmas, though? I mean, do you try to sandwich in a little bit of meal and gift opening?
Yes.
Between hunting trips?
Oh, yes.
Okay.
On Christmas, there'll be a big get-together and opening of gifts and a lot of fine food.
You know, that's something that whenever I mention your name, I know that starvation is not part of the program.
Right.
You know, I had a lot of things growing up that were special with my grandparents, both sets of grandparents, and special occurrences like on Christmas Eve, we would go to church, then we'd drive around and look at the lights, and then we'd go to my mom's parents, and then we'd have a great big dinner, and by that time my sister and I thought, when are they gonna open up the presents? And then finally at exactly 10:30 at night, we were allowed to open up our gifts over at my grandparents. And by that time, 10:30, I'm worn out, man. I want to go to bed. I'm old. So we got a caller with a question. Go ahead, caller. You're on the air, and Merry Christmas to you.
Hey, Zeb, ask Jack how his grandson's doing that he used to bring to Boise for me.
Well, you can ask him yourself. He's got the headsets on, and he can hear you. That's Bert on the line, Jack. Go ahead.
Bert, how are you? Merry Christmas.
Hey, how's your grandson doing?
He's doing great. You know, he is he's married. He's at Utah State now in veterinary medicine, and he got home last night and stopped by to see me, and I just love my grandkids. We have a great family.
It's so good to hear you on the air, Jack, and I do appreciate you, and thanks for all you've done for this great state of Idaho.
Well,
I'll let you back to Zeb.
Hey, thanks for calling in. I so much appreciate you and what you did for me in the legislature.
There he goes. Hey, you know what? We were honored to have him call earlier, and that's former Representative Bert Stevenson and his lovely wife, Elaine. I don't think that you could look until heck froze over. You'd never find a nicer couple of people.
I don't either. And I'd just like to tell a little story about Bert.
Now, that last cinnamon roll got you there, Jack.
And it goes way back.
Yeah.
It goes back to the wolf issue. And I worked on it a lot of years up there. And this one year, I was in the Senate listening to what was going on. And I knew in 2 weeks I had to speak at the House in Bert's committee on this issue. And I'm listening to these environmental groups, and all the people get up and say the same story that I've heard the year before, and the year before. And I thought, we have got to change the message. And Bert brought up my grandson. Well, I thought, what can I do to change the message? I think my grandson was 6 or 8 years old then, and I got him out of school took him to the legislature, got up in front of that committee, stood him on a chair by the side of me.
I remember.
And I introduced him to the committee, and I said, this is not about you. This is not about me. This is not about anybody in this room. But this is about our kids and our grandkids. And I sat down. I never said wolf once. I told him, if you have any questions about this, I says, you ask him.
Right.
But I want him to have the opportunity to hunt and fish in this state when he gets old enough.
Absolutely. And it went over like gangbusters.
And it did.
Yes.
It went over like gangbusters, and I was welcome in Bert's committee after that.
Well, I tell you what.
And I appreciate Bert still remembering.
Absolutely. I got to pay some bills here real quick, and I want to remind everybody, you can just leave that laying on the desk, Jack. You don't have to leave yet. We got more to talk about. The Merry Christmas wishes go out, and a very Happy New Year for 2018 from the lamb and wool growers in the Mini-Cassia area, past and present. These are really great people that were committed to helping serve agricultural economy in the state of Idaho. Hardworking, dedicated, strong Idahoans who have been a major part of Idaho's history and are proud to be participating in Idaho's future. They wish you and yours a very Merry Christmas. The lamb and wool growers in the Mini-Cassia area. Thank you very, very much. Also, I want to remind everybody about Lee's Furniture, Floors, and More. This is Santa's favorite place to shop. It is, why, my goodness, no money down, no interest up to 12 months on approved credit. All the recliners. They've got a phenomenal selection of recliners. Got to get in and try one on. Tall people, short people, skinny people, and people like me. They can find just the recliners they're looking for, along with all the sofas and the chairs and the bedroom sets, living room, dinette sets, all of this were Santa's favorite place to shop. Lee's Furniture, Floors, and More. 459 Overland and Burley, wishing you and yours a very Merry Christmas. You know, Jack, we've been blessed. We're getting a little gray and long in the tooth, but do you remember a certain Christmas or something that was probably a standout in all the Christmases that you've celebrated?
I do, and I don't know if I can get through it or not.
Well, I understand, but go ahead.
It was when the last Christmas I had the opportunity of spending with my mother, who died in the hospital in Salt Lake City at 50 years old. And that's when that was the one that stands out really the most to me.
I can relate to what you said because my mother also passed away fairly close to Christmas, as did my father. And I had, the family had said to me to not try to fly back because the end was near. And I remember I got her on the telephone and she said to me, goodbye and Merry Christmas. And I'll never forget the sound of her voice or those words.
Well, especially coming from your mother's.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
It meant so much to me.
Right.
And
yep.
I'll never forget it.
You know, and it doesn't make any difference how old you are.
No.
I mean, you and I both, we've seen the sunnier side of life and witnessed a lot of negative, but, excuse me for getting choked up too, but you never forget the good things in your life, especially at Christmas time, or the sounds of people's voices, your parents, your brothers, sisters, and everything. And then also certain things that you did with the family. Now, it was customary On Christmas Eve, like I said, we'd go to church, and boy, Wisconsin Christmas Eves, they're cold. And we had a little Rambler station wagon. Remember those?
Yes.
And we get crammed in the back seat, and we go to church, get out of church, and then my mom and dad always wanted to drive around and look at the lights. And at that time in my life, what do you think was the last thing I wanted to do?
You didn't want to look at the lights.
I didn't want to drive around and look at those lights.
Yeah.
And then we'd look at the lights for a good hour, driving here, there, and everywhere. And then they'd go to my grandparents, like I said, and we'd sit down to dinner. And my sister and I would be going, oh, my goodness, when is this going to end? And then finally open up the gifts. But you know what has become a custom with me every year since I've been married? Guess what? We drive around and look at all the lights. I love it. I love it.
Oh, that's great. Hey, speaking of those lights, have you ever gone out to about a half a mile south of the Curry Junction?
Oh, it's beautiful.
Highway 30.
Beautiful.
Look at that place.
Have you gone to the one south of Hanson?
Yes.
Oh, I'm telling you, these people, they don't get thanked enough
they
all
don't.
for the effort they put into keeping Christmas with the beauty that it is.
Right.
And the nativity scenes and the Santa Claus. And, oh, man, I agree with you. And I wished I could just reach out and get them on the air right here this morning and tell them how much I appreciate that. It's just so pretty.
And the one out there south of Hanson is the same one that used to be up the canyon.
Oh, yeah. And it's just really nice. You can drive through real slow with your lights off, or you can walk through.
Right.
And they've got all those little... And really, if you drive through it, I don't care how many are waiting behind you, drive slow. Really creep. And take time to look at all the displays that, really, with all the lights and everything, are almost hidden.
Oh, it's unbelievable.
Do you have a live tree or a fake tree?
A live tree.
You do have a live tree?
I have. Yep.
Well, see,
and my son and I cut it.
You go up and cut your tree?
Yes.
Oh,
cut
my
his
goodness.
And cut mine. And...
Just like Chevy Chase and Christmas Vacation, huh?
That's right.
Have you had any squirrels in the tree?
Yeah. Yes.
What about dead cats?
It happens to be a damn cat that lives in the house.
Oh, that's funny. I love that movie. I can't get enough of it because when that cat bites into that wire, that's it, boy. And the uncle that's got all the hair singed off the back of his head and everything. I can relate to one of my uncles like
yes.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, Christmas. It's a wonderful, wonderful time of the year. I got to pay some bills here in just a minute. And then I think we're going to have a lady call in that you know also, Rita Ramsey from Ramsey Heating and Electric.
Yes.
And we're going to have a brief conversation with her. And don't forget Let's Ride, 270 Highway 24 between Rupert and the World. They're open Monday through Friday, 9 to 6, Saturdays 9 to 4. And I'll tell you what, they've got some great Christmas gift-giving ideas for you. They got all the new snowmobiles, and of course they've got certain motorcycles and ATVs 20% off, and all the accessories 25% off. Great Christmas gift giving ideas over at Let's Ride. Oh, wonderful people. Wishing you and yours a Merry Christmas at Let's Ride in Rupert, where the fun is sold. Also, some dear friends, and I'll bet you old Todd's wearing a Santa cap tonight, and he'll be wearing one through the rest of the weekend. Todd Siemens over there at Cameron and Siemens Insurance, Highway 24 in Rupert. Life insurance, health insurance, retirement planning, employee benefits, all of this and more with the professionals, and they're waiting to serve you. All you have to do is make a call at 436-4424, Cameron and Siemens Insurance. Wow. Are you going to be doing anything other than hunting and taking the people? I'll check with Rita in just a second. Anything else you're going to be doing this weekend?
Yes, we have some things planned, and it's kind of like our 50th wedding anniversary.
Oh, my goodness.
Marty doesn't really tell me until it's coming on. But he says, don't plan anything because I've got it all planned out for us.
Well, there you go. Congratulations. And I guess I could say back to you that your lovely bride has had to put up with a lot, and she's managed to maintain.
It was interesting when she was in the hospital a couple of weeks before our 50th, and she wasn't doing very good.
I know.
And I told her, I said, you can't go yet. And she says, why? I said, we have to have her 50th before.
And she started getting better, didn't she?
Yes.
I mean, she's going to stick around just to spite you, Jack Euler. God bless you, man. Hey, let's check with Wheels over at the main studios. Do we have Rita there?
Yes, sir, we do.
Oh, wonderful lady. And I'm going to start off by ringing the bells and saying, Rita Ramsey, Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas to you and to all those out there.
Well, we're having a good time here. Jack Euler's in our studio. We've got kind of an open house going, and we're not going to talk politics today. I'm just going to ask Rita Ramsey, what special little events do you and your family do at Christmas time?
Well, we usually just kind of get together. There's one fun thing that we do, and it's not really religious or anything, but we gather together out at Grandma's on Christmas Eve and have a kind of a potluck and supper, and then the kids do the nativity. You know, we have them all dress up, and they read the Christmas story out of the New Testament, and then at the end, and this is the part that everybody absolutely loves, and I think it's just bizarre, but it's so funny. We have a marshmallow war.
A what?
And everybody throws marshmallows all over until they've thrown so many that marshmallows are just beat up, and it's like the grown-ups think, I can throw things at Mom's place and not break anything, and the little kids just think it's hilarious.
Now, just a minute. I've known you for I don't know how many years. Jack Euler, God bless. Jack's leaving. Take care, my friend. Deanne, help Jack out the door with his food. But I've known you for all these years, and you're just always so prim and proper. Do you mean to tell me that you participate in the marshmallow wars?
I mostly gather them up and hand them back to those who are doing the fighting.
Oh, I love it. Man, yeah, that's something, though, that as a family, you'll never forget those memories, will you?
Oh, no. In fact, one of my, Glenn's nephew had his little boy in here several months ago, and it was before we were going to have a family reunion, and I said, are you going to come to the family reunion? We're going to be getting together. And he goes, are we going to have the marshmallow war?
Oh, for heaven's sakes.
And I said, no, that's at Christmas. And he was just kind of disappointed, like, oh, do we have to wait till Christmas?
Well, you know, I've never heard of that, but now it's worth a shot. I've got my whole family coming over here on Saturday because that's the only day that we could get together. I'm going to go to the store this afternoon, and I'm going to buy a bunch of marshmallows, and we'll see how it works here.
Oh, it's just hilarious because even the oldest of the older ones are throwing them back and forth, and it's just hilarious because you don't damage anything, and it's like we can finally throw something in Mom's house and it doesn't break.
And it's really not going to hurt anything, is it?
Oh, no.
Oh, my. What else is going on at this time of the year with your family? I know that your family, the Ramseys, holy smokes, you could fulfill the population of a lot of small cities.
Well, we probably could. What I did do is I found a little, it's part of a message that I kind of highlighted a few things in it, and I wanted to share it with you because I think it's just really kind of cool for the season. It starts out, when we think of Christmas, we often think of giving and receiving gifts. Gifts can be part of a cherished tradition, but they can also detract from the simple dignity of the season and distract us from celebrating the birth of our Savior in a meaningful way. It doesn't take expensive gifts to make Christmas meaningful. Think of the simple yet dignified way our Heavenly Father chose to honor the birth of His Son. On that holy night, angels appeared not to the rich, but to shepherds. The Christ child was born not in a mansion, but in a manger. He was wrapped not in silk, but in swaddling clothes. The simplicity of that first Christmas foreshadowed the life of the Savior. Though He was a king, He cared neither for the honors nor the riches of men. His life, His words, and His daily activities were monuments of simple yet profound dignity. Jesus the Christ, who knew perfectly how to give, set for us the pattern for giving. To those whose hearts are heavy with loneliness and sorrow, he brings compassion and comfort. To those whose bodies and minds are afflicted with illness and suffering, he brings love and healing. If the Savior were among us today, we would find him where he always was, ministering to the meek, the downcast, the humble, the distressed, and the poor in spirit. During this Christmas season and always, may we give to him by loving as he loves. May we remember the humble dignity of his birth, gifts, and life. And may we, through simple acts of kindness, charity, and compassion, fill the world with the light of his love and healing power.
Wow. Wow. You know, it's interesting when you read that. My thoughts went back about 2-3 weeks ago. And I had a gentleman stop me, and he's been a friend of mine for years. And just the way he said it kind of agitated me. He said, "Oh, are you going to do that corny Christmas program on your show again this year?" And right away my German temper flared, and I looked at him, and he said, "I'm just kidding." He says, "My wife and I look forward to that every year with all the well wishes and stories of Christmas." But there are some people, when they say corny connected with Christmas, I'm not going to change my ways. Christmas is very special to me because of my religious faith and my family, and I'm not going to change or alter one thing.
Yeah, we sometimes kind of get sidetracked with all of the busyness and all the fun stuff and everything that's going on. But we do need to focus on doing for others and having compassion, following the example of Jesus, the ultimate person to set an example for us and do the things that he would do. We need to be his hands because he's not here, and be compassionate and show love and concern for those who are downtrodden or lonely or just in need of maybe a smile, even just something simple. It doesn't take any money.
You know what you just said.
He would do.
What you just said, though, needs to be elaborated on, I think, a little bit. Lonely at this time of the year. I absolutely know that loneliness of not having anybody as close with family, etc., being completely alone in a new area. And have you gone through that in your life to where you're celebrating, if you will, a Christmas away from your family? You don't know anybody. Ooh, you talk about feelings of melancholy. It's right there.
Yeah, I have, and I've been blessed enough to have family around me, always. And the thing that happens is a lot of times there are people that they're lonely in their mind. There might be other people around them, but they just need someone to buoy them up and encourage them and remind them of all the beautiful things that there are in the world. So you don't have to be just by yourself to be lonely. You can be lonely and still be among a lot of people. Absolutely.
Anything other than what we've talked about that you're going to be doing special on Christmas this year?
No, we have all of our kids come. They will probably come later in the day on Christmas Day, and we just get together and just celebrate love of our family, and I'll go and visit my dad on Saturday, and like I said, we go out to Grandma's on Christmas Eve, and so it's pretty much just a weekend of family, and I wouldn't have it any other way.
Amen. And may I say this, Rita, I mean, you and your family, Doug, come on in here. You and your family have been just such a God's blessing to my wife and I, and the great service from your company and all the employees. I just want to wish everybody at Ramsey Heating and Electric a very Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. You are very special to us, and we wish you the best.
Well, thank you, and Merry Christmas to all of you, to you and your wife, and then to all of those who are listening on the radio.
And I heard a rumor, and I think it's true, that you will be seeing us briefly this afternoon on our Santa Claus route.
Oh, that would be fun.
Okay. We'll see you later, Rita. God bless. Okay. Merry Christmas.
Thank you, and Merry Christmas to all. Bye.
Thank you very much. I've got another dear friend in the studio. Doug Martin and his lovely wife came by. And, Doug, I'm going to have you take that microphone out of the holder. And good morning to you, my dear friend. How are you? Go ahead and pull it right out of there. And there you go. Good morning.
Good morning. How are you?
Well, I'm not bad. You look like you might have been working.
I was.
Hold that real close. Making more redneck cup holders for Christmas?
No. But I do have something for you. You need to fill out a background check before you can take possession of it.
What in the world have we got here? It is a bug assault.
It beats a fly swatter.
Oh, fire your fly swatter. Thank you. I'll treasure this.
You put table salt in it, pump it up, it shoots like a shotgun. It shoots a pattern out.
Of salt?
Yeah.
And it really does get flies?
Oh, yeah. Spiders.
Really?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, do you realize how unsafe our back porch is going to be? Wow. I can't wait to use this.
Yeah, and the company even sells live bait, so you can buy live bait so you can practice.
Wow.
They sell flies in the jars.
You're kidding.
Yeah, go to their website. It's funny.
Will. But you've given me a weapon.
That's why I say you need to fill out a background check.
Does my wife know that you gave this to me?
No.
Good. Let's leave it like that until I get out on the back porch. That means a lot. That's going to be fun to try. It says fire your fly swatter, and it really does work.
Oh, yes. I've had one for a couple years.
Oh, my goodness. During the 10 o'clock news break, I'm going to get that out. I doubt seriously if I better shoot it in the house. I've got to give a commercial, and then I want to come back and ask you about your thoughts for Christmas.
Okay.
Everybody's got different ways to celebrate. Don't forget Sportsman's Warehouse with our dear friend Reese and the rest of the crew at 1940 Bridgeview in Twin Falls. Do you go to Sportsman's Warehouse? Are you an outdoorsman?
Yes.
Oh, that's my favorite place to shop.
Oh, yeah.
And you know what they've got at Sportsman more unique than other stores? In every department, they've got some of the most knowledgeable people in every department, whether it's hunting or whether it's the guns, whether it's the fishing, whether it's the clothing. They know. They know. They're sharp people.
It's an adult candy store.
That's a good way to say it. Reese and the rest of the crew over there, expert advice serving you at Sportsman's Warehouse, 1940 Bridgeview Boulevard in Twin Falls, and that is the place to go for Christmas. Merry Christmas from Sportsman's Warehouse. We'll do the weather in just a couple of minutes, but the Martin family, anything different about Christmas and how you observe Christmas over the many years?
Well, like you, when we grew up, Christmas Eve, we had a church program.
Yeah, us too.
And we had we was allowed to open one gift before the program.
You sure you weren't related to me? That's exactly what happened to us. Exactly.
And usually it was a new tie clip or a pair of cufflinks or a new shirt that you could wear to the program.
And you know, I don't know if your parents were like my parents, but they would hide really the value of a present. In other words, you as little kids, you'd run out to the tree and try to pick out your present, and you'd see one that said Zeb, and it's like humongous, and you go, wow! And you open it up, and you keep digging and digging and digging and digging, and it's like a tie clip taped to the bottom of the box.
Exactly. Yeah. Yes.
Yeah, and that was your one present that you could open up on Christmas Eve?
One present on Christmas Eve. Then we go to the program.
Yeah.
And like you, after the program, we got to drive around and look at the lights.
No kidding. It must be a German thing, huh?
Must be.
Okay. And all the time you're sitting there going, I've had enough, Dad.
Well,
right?
Sometimes we'd fall asleep in the back seat.
Then after you were done with the lights, what happened?
We'd go home, and that was usually it.
Yeah. Go to bed.
Go to bed, and then the next morning we'd have the Christmas.
See, we would go to my mom's parents, my grandparents on her side, and we'd have, and I got to tell you this because I hate it to this day, oyster stew dinner. And every year, my grandmother would make a huge pot of oyster stew, and then she'd have a huge kettle of baked beans with bacon. Now, I can handle a lot of baked beans with bacon, but oyster stew, I would go through and take the ladle, and I'd make sure that I didn't catch any of those little buggers swimming in there, and I'd get the juice, I guess, if you will, and put the oyster crackers, but I would not eat one of those oysters. I can't swallow an oyster to this day.
Oh, I like oyster stew.
You do?
I do. Not all the time, but I do like it occasionally.
Really? And then the next morning you get up like at what, 3 o'clock in the morning?
Yeah, 3:30.
We had a rule in our house. I don't know if you did or not, but my sister and I had rooms upstairs. And we'd wake up, and I would purposely, we had hardwood floors in our bedroom, and I would purposely start dropping things so that if my parents weren't awake, they would think that actually they were under a seismic attack with an earthquake or something, so that I made sure they got up. Did you do anything like that?
No, my brother and I did sleep upstairs, but
did you?
No, we had to stay quiet, and if we did come down before they got up, we had to just be quiet. We couldn't grab the toys or
we couldn't come downstairs. We had to sit up on the landing. We were not allowed to come down the stairs.
Oh.
And that was a rule. We couldn't do anything until my dad finished chores outside and came in. And on Christmas morning, that was the slowest man you ever saw in your life. Hey, we got a caller with a comment. Go ahead, caller. You're on the air.
Hi, Deb. This is Linda.
Oh, Linda, have you got a song for us, a short song, so then I can go to the weather after you're done? I'd love to hear your voice on Christmas.
Okay. How about I Have a Holly Jolly Christmas?
Oh, please. I love that song. Go ahead.
Okay. Have a holly jolly Christmas. It's the best time of the year. I don't know if there'll be snow, but have a cup of tea. Have a holly jolly Christmas, and when you walk down the street, say hello to friends you know, and everyone you meet. Oh, the mistletoe, where you can see somebody waits for you. If there was for me, have a jolly Christmas, and in case you didn't hear, oh my golly, have a holly jolly Christmas this year.
Oh, Linda, you add so much to our Christmas party every year on the air, and I certainly hope that you've got numerous occasions to get out and celebrate this weekend with family and friends. But I want to tell you that you are always welcome at any of our events. You're such a wonderful person, and Merry Christmas.
Oh, Merry Christmas to you, everybody, Zeb. God bless you, and thank you so much.
God bless you, and absolutely have a wonderful weekend. Thanks.
You too.
All righty. There is a dear lady, Linda Croft, and I always look forward to having her on the air. I got to do a weather forecast real quick, and we've got another great friend of ours here. And Tim, of course, with Streamline Precision, we're looking forward to visiting with him. Phillips Oaks, Goodwin, Crane, and Company. With offices in Burley and Rupert, they want to wish you and your family a very Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. And when it comes to your taxes and tax planning and everything about your business, they can help. They will help. They've been serving the Mini-Cash area for well over 50 years. Phillips Oaks, Goodwin, Crane, and Company. And right now, here's Gina with the weather.
4 more shopping days left until Christmas. Hopefully you are ready. And are we going to see a white Christmas? I don't know. Here's your weather for us up at the ranch. Looks like mostly sunny skies for today. A little bit on the breezy side. Winds out of the west, right around 10 miles an hour. Gusts possible as high as 20. High of 27 for today. Tonight, partly cloudy skies. Winds calming down with the low right near 21. Tomorrow, mostly sunny skies. High near 34. Going to be slightly breezy as well. Friday night, chance of snow showers are in the forecast. About a 30% chance of snow. Mostly cloudy skies with the low right near 24. Saturday, 30% chance of snow showers in the morning. Partly sunny skies by the afternoon with a high right near 27. For Sunday, slight chance of snow showers in the forecast. Highs are going to be in the low 20s. And then for Christmas Day, mostly cloudy with a high of 24. That is your weather for Zeb at the Ranch.
Merry Christmas, Gina. Thank you so much. And the weather brought to you by our friends, Phillips Oaks, Goodwin, Crane, and Company, with offices in Burley and Rupert, wishing you and yours a very Merry Christmas. Tim, my good friend, how are you? Pick that microphone up, and Merry Christmas to you. Hold it real close, if you would.
Merry Christmas to to you, Zeb.
How are you?
I'm doing well, and you?
You look bundled up. Why?
Well, I was driving out here and can barely make it because the wind was blowing me back to Burley.
You know, isn't that something? Yesterday I had to haul a horse over to Gooding and it about blew me off the road. It was blowing out there.
It's blowing out there.
Are you playing Santa Claus this year?
I am. I'm running gifts around.
Well, you know something, Tim. You and Streamline Precision, you're so important to our programming and everything. Do you have any personal message you want to wish to everybody on behalf of your company, etc.?
Well, we would like to wish everybody a Merry Christmas and a very Happy New Year. Looking forward to a wonderful 2018. We've got a lot going on in the community, and it's going to be great to see what does develop over the next year.
You know, tell us a little bit. I brag about your business all the time and all the things that you build, all the things that you're involved in with Streamline Precision, but you really are all over literally the world, aren't you?
We
go to
do
Hawaii and everything.
We do in our manufacturing for the most part. In our construction, we try to stay a little bit closer to home. We have done some projects, North Carolina, Hawaii, and so we do projects elsewhere, but we like to stick home.
Let's ask you a little question. I'm not trying to get personal, but it's Christmas time. What about family and friends? Do you have place to go at Christmas time?
Absolutely. There's no place like home for Christmas.
Amen.
And so Christmas is always at Mom and Dad's house, and
they live right here locally.
Looking forward to that. They live in Rupert.
Yeah. Oh, they do?
Yeah.
Well, that's great.
If you haven't been by their house, they live right kitty corner from the library, and it is absolutely beautiful. They've got it all decorated up for Christmas, and
wow,
you need to go by and take a look at it.
Now, what about you? Are you hooked into putting the lights up every year?
Oh, yes.
You are?
Yep, I'm definitely a Christmas guy.
What is your favorite part of the Christmas season? I mean, you're a little bit younger than I am, but you must have some fond memories.
Oh, very much so, and certainly the tradition in Rupert, the city of Rupert.
Oh, isn't that something?
Yeah, that's been a favorite since I was a little kid.
Yeah.
You know, getting to go sit on Santa's lap the day after Thanksgiving and watching the lights come on has always been a favorite. But certainly just taking the time to reflect on what the season's all about, and the fact that we have a gracious Creator that
absolutely
that thought of us and thought of a way to save us all.
You know something, Tim, I'm glad you said that, because I'm pretty stuck on always giving the real reason for the season.
Absolutely.
And that's the birth of Jesus. And anybody that doesn't like to hear that message, there's plenty of other radio stations to turn the dial, because I'm not going to change my message.
And I won't either, so
I appreciate that.
On that one.
You know, when you were a kid, we were talking to Doug Martin just a minute ago. Did your parents at that time drag you to something you didn't really care for, and then you found out later in life those are some of the most treasured moments?
I think we drug them to more things than they drug us to.
Really?
But, certainly, you know, going Christmas shopping and having to wait out in the car.
Oh, yeah.
You know, that was always one.
And it was always cold.
Always cold.
Yeah, and Mom and Dad, they seemed to take a little extra time in leaving you sit out there. We had an old Nash Rambler station wagon. I'll never forget that. And I don't think the heater ever did work anytime you turned it on. And it was cold waiting in that car.
And with four of us, it always got a little rambunctious as well.
Oh, you had four siblings?
Three.
Three with you. Oh, my goodness. No, but another favorite part of the Christmas season was always the food.
Oh.
The cookies and the cakes and the pastries. My grandmother Richter used to make probably at least, and I'm not exaggerating, at least 30 different kinds of cookies.
Wow.
Yeah.
My grandma always made divinity, and I loved the
just
divinity.
like Dorothy Silcock. That's her specialty, is the divinity.
Yep, that was always a treat.
Well, I want to say you brought in a basket, and those cookies are the size of a Spalding basketball. They're huge.
And like I said, you need to limit to 2 per serving.
Per serving. How many servings can I have in a day, though? You didn't specify.
I didn't specify, and I always go for breakfast, lunch, and dinner.
There you go. And you can kind of combine them together in case you miss one later on.
Absolutely.
I think that's a good idea.
I think you're on track there.
Tim, on behalf of you, your company, and everything that you've helped us with on the radio, I want to say Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year.
Merry Christmas to you, and Merry Christmas to all your listeners.
Thank you very much for being here. Great guy, Tim with Streamline Precision, and just absolutely one of the nice people that we work with during the course of the year. We're going to get ready to send it back to our main studios, and then next hour we've got more Christmas wishes, and I'm going to be reading, like we do every year, some of the favorite Christmas stories and poems. And I've got a couple that are really some tearjerkers that we're going to get into for the celebration of our Christmas party on Zeb at the Ranch. Right now, we're going to send it back over to Wheels. We'll be back in about 7 minutes. Merry Christmas. And a good morning, and welcome back. Zeb at the Ranch. Merry Christmas, everyone. And I certainly hope that you and your family have a wonderful, wonderful weekend in the celebration of this year's Christmas. She shall bring forth a son, and thou shalt call his name Jesus, for he shall save his people from their sins. Good morning and Merry Christmas. Zeb at the Ranch brought to you by our major sponsor, your Magic Valley Les Schwab Tire Centers, all 7 locations serving you, and along with some of our great advertisers like Western Way Services, always at your disposal. Call them at 734-6969. Don't forget, too, on Thursdays, normally we have Cassia County School Days. Today we are not. We're going to say thank you to our 2 sponsors, however, Child's World at 1308 Overland in Burley, with everything, all the games, puzzles, toys, clothing, children's furniture, all of this and more at A Child's World, 1308 Overland in Burley. Along with the Ambulatory Surgery Center at 1344 Highland Street, or I should say Highland Suite E in Burley. Number to call to find out how they can save you money on outpatient surgeries, 677-8888. Ambulatory Surgery Center and A Child's World, bringing you Cassia County School Days, and they wish you and yours a very Merry Christmas. Eddie Donagle, how are you, and Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas.
Oh, my goodness.
And am I on now?
You're on.
Hey, Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year.
It's going to be fantastic. It really is. It's right around the corner, 2018. And Eddie provided me with a rather unique Christmas gift. Maybe you could tell everybody exactly what it is.
Well, it's a regular plastic shotgun.
Yep.
And when you pump it, it cocks. And when you shoot, it sounds like a rifle.
Uh-huh.
And at the end of it, it's a plunger.
It's a redneck, believe me, it's going to take care of any woes that your toilet might have.
So if you got some plumbing problems, Zeb Bell can take care of it in one shot.
I'm going to let everybody at home, I'm going to hold this up by the microphone, and we'll cock it, and then there you go, it's got it.
Looks pretty neat.
Plumbing problems are solved. Eddie, we were talking during the break, and you and your wife have been very supportive of our lunch bunches. You've always been there. You can always take a good ribbing. You're a lot of fun to be around. But in all seriousness, what does Christmas mean for you and your family?
Means a lot. And family, of course, means a lot.
Yeah.
And we do spend at Christmas time, we do involve our family and our grandchildren.
Right.
And we love it. And
how many grandchildren do you have?
We have 8.
Oh, okay.
And we love them all. And, Christmas is family.
Absolutely.
And, of course, the birth of our Savior, Jesus Christ.
Absolutely. When they come over to the house, does Grandpa just sit back and watch and let everything go, or what do you do?
Oh, no. We have a ball, and I'm famous for games.
Oh.
And I just make them up, and then we play the games. And
Really?
there's always prizes.
Oh.
Everybody usually wins a prize, and then we have a few arguments. But Everybody's usually happy when we leave.
Well, hi there. Come on in. Pastor Roger Settlemeyer's here. Did you bring your lovely wife?
No, she's...
Well, it's kind of your day off then, huh? Okay. So have a chair. Eddie, you know, one of the things that you and I both like to do at Lunch Bunch, we like to eat. What's your favorite Christmas food? What's all-time favorite?
Well, you know, if I sat down, which we always do, we have to have ham.
Really?
Ham for dinner.
Mm-hmm.
And my daughter, pancakes for breakfast.
On Christmas?
On Christmas.
Really, my mom always used to make a Christmas strudel. You know those German pastries and everything? We always had that before we went to the early service at church. And you know, I remember through my... Hi there! Come on in, Flowers. For my early years when I was in elementary school going into high school, it was always really difficult to get up and go to that early service. The early service at our church, Roger, started at 7 in the morning on Christmas, and there ain't nothing worse for an old kid that didn't like to get up too much to go outside in a cold Wisconsin morning with all the snow and the wind and temperatures probably hovering at 0 and go to an early service at church. I'll tell you, that was a little tough.
Well, you know, I have to let you know kind of a little bit off the Christmas deal, but Jim Flowers.
Yes,
my
he
cousin,
just walked in.
The one that gives me a bad time.
All the time.
Years and years ago, when you were at JB's, Jim always tried to get me to come. And I said, no way. And then finally, I came. And believe me, I would never miss it again.
Well,
we have so much fun. The people are wonderful. And you make new friends.
Every time.
So I enjoy your show. I listen to it. I enjoy our Denny's Lunch Bunch. And I enjoy the Christmas season.
Well, you and your wife are pretty special. And I just absolutely relish the fact that you and I can give each other a lot of jabs and have a lot of fun.
Yes, and you're a Packer fan, and I'm a Chicago Bear fan.
Yeah, wait a minute.
Wonderful.
Oh, my goodness, Roger.
Wonderful.
I'm going to have to transfer to another church.
He's my friend. But one of these days, they'll come back.
Yeah, Packers or the Bears?
The Bears.
Well, I was a little concerned about my Packers this year, too. But, Eddie, thank you. You go get something to eat, and I'll visit with Roger, and we'll have you back on here.
Thank you very much. Merry Christmas to you and your lovely wife.
Merry Christmas. And thank you for that very unique redneck toilet plunger.
Enjoy it. And it does work.
Okay, thanks, Eddie. God bless you. And with us also in the studio, Pastor Roger Settlemeyer. Good morning.
Good morning, Zeb.
What does it say on your cap? Let me see that. It's American Paving. Okay, it looks brand new cap, huh?
Yeah. It's actually from California.
Really?
Yep. There's a guy that I play golf with from California, and he got me this hat and brought it up. This is who he works for in Northern California. And
it's a nice looking cap.
Yeah, I like it.
It's just too bad it's on your head.
Yeah. But I lost my hat. And he came up here in October.
You only had one cap?
And brought me a new one. Yeah. Well, no, I got a Bears cap.
Oh,
I got a Cubs cap, too.
I had no idea. For all the sermons I've listened to you preach on Sundays, I did not know that you were a Chicago Bear fan.
I am.
You know, and really, I wish I could do something to ease your pain. Are they ever going to have... I heard a rumor that next year they're going to try to turn pro.
Well, they'll move up from NCAA Division II.
They've had some problems, haven't they?
They have. I think the North Dakota State Bison could beat them. So.
I wouldn't be a bit surprised. That's a pretty good football team.
That is.
But you are a Cubs fan.
I am.
And you can see some of the memorabilia around here that has Chicago Cubs all over it.
Yep.
And a dear friend of mine, you're going to be jealous over this, but a dear friend of mine, Dave Bego, in Indianapolis, Indiana, he's on my program every Wednesday as a political analyst, sent me floor coverings for my pickup, Chicago Cubs floor coverings.
Oh, my.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I am jealous.
So I'm one up on you.
Yeah, you are. I don't even have those.
You know, this is a busy time for you. All times of the year for a pastor are busy, but Christmas season, I would imagine, is even a little bit more hectic.
This is.
Yep. Tell me a little bit about what you do.
So Well, we have extra services and all of that, along with all the other duties.
You use the same sermon at every one?
No.
You don't?
No.
So you write a new one for everyone?
Yep.
Are you starting to shorten them up a little bit?
No, because when you have to write more, you write longer. You don't have enough time to cut down what needs to be cut out.
No, but, really, how do you discern what message you're going to use at what service?
There's usually passages that are assigned for every service.
I see.
And so those kind of guide what you use and what you say then. So, yeah.
When did you know as a young man that you wanted to become a minister?
I was about 6 years old.
You knew then?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
I didn't even know where I hid my fire truck at 6 years of age. Holy cow.
When I was a little guy, I used to set up all of my little toys and animals and stuff, and I would preach to them.
Really?
And my mom took a sheet and cut a hole out, and I put that over my head, and then I would preach to my animals, and I would preach to my grandparents.
I did not know that.
Oh, yeah.
What was the motivating force to have you think that?
I think I went to a Lutheran elementary school in Tucson.
Did you?
And I think that was one thing, and then my grandmother, I think, was really helpful in that too. And
it's amazing because someone 6 years of age, or even anybody up to 14 years of age, I honestly had no clue what I wanted to do, and that's amazing.
Yeah. So. And until I was about 13, 14, I was thinking about that, and then I got into junior high and high school, and didn't really think about it a whole lot after that. And I was working for Hertz Rent-A-Car at the airport in Tucson.
What did you do for them?
I washed cars and worked at the desk and rented cars. And,
really? I probably rented a car from you.
You might have, yeah.
What year was that?
So I would have worked there from 74 to 78.
I think I was in Tucson doing quite a few events in 80, 81, 82, so we just missed each other. You could have given me my big discount.
I could have.
Yeah.
I could have, yeah.
But then you became a minister. Where'd you go to school to study?
I went to Concordia Teachers College in Nebraska.
I see.
And I got my teaching degree, and then I went to Concordia Seminary in St. Louis.
Well, I wanted to have you out here because this is what Christmas is. It's the birth of Jesus.
Right.
And, the bright lights and the gifts and the Santa Claus and all the reindeer and everything, that's an additive to a great day, but the real meaning, of course, the birth of Christ. And I wanted you to come by, and if you could, give us a little Christmas message this morning. I've got about 10 minutes left in this segment, and possibly refer back to Luke and the birth of Jesus. So I'm going to turn it over to you.
Yep. Well, how about if I read the Christmas account?
I'd look forward to that.
So.
Thank you.
Yeah. So from Luke chapter 2. And it came to pass in those days that there went out a decree from Caesar Augustus that all the world should be taxed. And this taxing was first made when Cyrenius was governor of Syria. And all went to be taxed, every one to his own city. And Joseph also went up from Galilee, out of the city of Nazareth unto Judea, unto the city of David, which is called Bethlehem, because he was of the house and lineage of David, to be taxed with Mary his espoused wife, being great with child. And so it was that while they were there, the days were accomplished that she should be delivered. And she brought forth her firstborn son, and wrapped him in swaddling clothes, and laid him in a manger, because there was no room for them in the inn. And there were in the same country shepherds abiding in the field, keeping watch over their flock by night. And lo, the angel of the Lord came upon them, and the glory of the Lord shone round about them, and they were sore afraid. And the angel said unto them, Fear not, for behold, I bring you good tidings of great joy, which shall be to all the people. For unto you is born this day in the city of David a Saviour, which is Christ the Lord. And this shall be a sign unto you. Ye shall find the babe wrapped in swaddling clothes, lying in a manger. And suddenly there was with the angel a multitude of the heavenly host, praising God and saying, Glory to God in the highest, and on earth peace, goodwill toward men. And it came to pass, as the angels were gone away from them into heaven, the shepherds said to one another, Let us now go even unto Bethlehem, and see this thing which is come to pass, which the Lord hath made known unto us. And they came with haste, and found Mary and Joseph, and the babe lying in a manger. And when they had seen it, they made known abroad the saying which was told them concerning this child. And all they that heard it wondered at those things which were told them by the shepherds. But Mary kept all these things, and pondered them in her heart. And the shepherds returned, glorifying and praising God for all the things that they had heard and seen, as it was told unto them.
That I never tire of hearing that.
No.
Thank you.
No, neither do I. It's the most amazing thing that God would send His Son, that His Son would take on human flesh.
Yeah.
And be our Savior.
You know, if I may make an addition to that Christmas story with a poem that I think you'll agree with me falls right into what we're talking about with the birth of Jesus. And I think you were here last year when I did the legend of the little donkey.
Yes,
do you mind if I do that right now?
Do that,
All
please.
right.
Yep.
It's rather lengthy, so bear with me. Jimmy, I'll get right with you, my friend. Take care. God bless you, and thanks for being here. Jimmy Flowers, one of my dearest friends right there, Pastor. And, Jimmy, you can have a chair there and sit down if you'd like. The legend of the little donkey. There are many Christmas legends, and this is one of them. About the little donkey, Mary rode to Bethlehem. In his haste to start their journey, Joseph bought what he could find, and he led it from the market, never knowing it was blind. As they traveled all the morning, and the sun had risen high, Joseph said that they should rest beneath the trees nearby. He dropped the rope the donkey wore and lifted Mary down, but the little donkey stumbled on a rock upon the ground. And Joseph, looking closer, passed his hand before his eyes of the frightened little donkey, but his heart could not despise the animal's infirmity, remembering that he at steady gait had borne the weight of Mary patiently. He gently took the donkey's rope and led him neath the shade, where Mary sat upon a little blanket that she had made. She softly whispered to him, and he seemed to understand, and he edged a little closer as he nibbled at her hand. And the one small one never faltered through each long and weary mile, and Joseph led him carefully, for Mary was with child. And he held his head up proudly with frequent joyous sighs, for his heart saw what he could not with his sightless little eyes. And drawing near the city, a weary Joseph found no room except a stable on the outskirts of the town. So they shared it with the oxen and made a bed of hay, so Mary and her newborn child could rest throughout the day. And the little donkey stood against the old rough stable wall, contented just to listen to angel songs and all, when suddenly about him there appeared a wondrous light that fell across his rough brown coat and blazed across the night. And raising up his blessed hand, the child smiled tenderly, and the little donkey staggered back, amazed, because he could see. There are many Christmas legends, and this is one of them. They say it really happened long ago in Bethlehem.
That's a nice story.
It is. I enjoy that every year at Christmas time.
I remember you reading that last year, too. So, I really enjoy that, yeah.
You know, Jimmy, hand that other mic over to Jimmy. We got two mics there, Pastor. You can take that one out of the holder if you want to. It's a lot easier. Jimmy Flowers, you're here, one of our mainstays of the Lunch Bunch. You and your lovely wife, Frida, we couldn't do it without you. Thoughts about Christmas time? Anything special this year?
No, not really either. Just the two of us. We enjoy each other's company, and that's about it. Kids live farther away, and we like to travel, and they got their own families to celebrate with. So me and my girlfriend, we spend our time together.
You and your girlfriend.
Yep.
And your wife of how many years?
Would you believe going on 52?
52. Well, we just celebrated 46.
Oh, you're newlyweds.
And then these young people over here. Roger, how many years with your lovely wife?
34.
Now, why was there a wrinkle on your face there for a minute and concern in your eyes?
I had to think real quick and do the math.
It's kind of embarrassing when you forget it.
It is. It is. In fact, I forgot it one day in Bible class. I was talking about the day we got married and how I remembered, May the 23rd, and Joyce just shook her head. It was like, it's May the 29th. So,
really?
Yeah, so I'm not real good at it.
I feel so much better because the other day we were in a meeting and we were talking to people about, their dates that they were married and everything. And Deanne just looked at these people and she said very proudly, well, we got married on November 11th. No, we didn't. We got married on November 12th. And I will not let her forget that ever. You can bet on it.
Yep.
Pastor, what about the church services? You put on about how many this week? I mean, man, there's a lot of them.
Yeah, so we've got Sunday morning at 9:30, Sunday evening is 4 o'clock, 7 o'clock, and then 9:30 on Monday morning. So four services. Yep.
So if I go to the one in the morning, I'm going to get you fresh,
right?
And I'm probably going to get a full-blown, hour and a half sermon.
2 hours.
2 hours.
Just for you. Just for you.
Oh, he's kidding, Jimmy. He's kidding.
Well, not that you probably don't need it.
That's probably true. But any final thoughts about Christmas before I let you go, and then I'll get some other people to come in and give them a hard time?
No, just to wish you and Deanne a blessed Christmas and a blessed New Year, and rejoicing in what our Savior has done for us.
Amen. Amen.
Yeah.
And on a lighter note, I'm sure the Cubbies are planning for a better year next year.
I sure hope so.
And as far as the Bears are concerned, I certainly hope not.
Well, yeah, that's just a given that's just not going to happen.
God bless you, Pastor Settlemeyer. Thank you.
Yep.
With Emmanuel Lutheran in Twin Falls, thank you so much. I really appreciate it. Great guy. Really nice guy. Jimmy, how are you, my dear friend?
I'm doing fine. Let me tell you, Pastor, how glad I was to meet him.
There you go.
My pleasure.
Jimmy, I tell you what, I always enjoy having you around. Pastor, thank you so much. Get some food before you leave. All right, good. You and your wife have done so much to help us at lunch. Thank you so much.
And I got to tell you this with all honesty, we really, really appreciate the opportunity to be a part of it and to help you and Deanne. And we enjoy your work and all you do for the community and your friends around you. So we figured it's just an honor to be associated with you.
Well, you, of course, in the spring, let me think, it's usually the second week of June, have that big car show. First week of June.
The first weekend.
First week in June. I was close.
Yes, you were.
And we'll be more than happy to help you on the publicity for that again.
Well, we certainly appreciate it, and it's done wonders.
You have the patience of Job to rebuild those cars, and my goodness, all your technical work. I've asked you before on the air, but I've only got about 2 minutes left here before the break at the bottom of the hour. Where did you learn how to do all that reparation and remaking of those cars?
Well, I learned some from my dad, and I never really done all that much, and I haven't done any for quite a while now. When I wore a younger man's clothes, but I just always enjoyed tinkering around with older cars.
Really?
I never did get into the new ones too much.
Well, no, the most famous car that you rebuilt was, I'm assuming, the Purple People Eater, right?
Well, that seems to be the one that gets the most attention.
It did me.
Yeah.
It did me. It's absolutely phenomenal. But, I mean, as far as, the upholstery work and the painting and the restoration of all the equipment and everything in the engine, you did all that?
No. Not on this last one, I didn't. Me and an old friend, Larry Hare, we reupholstered a few cars. But
wow.
And
you really can't afford an oops, can you?
No, especially when you're painting them.
Oh.
You can't afford the oops. So if it was one that I wanted to show more, or sort of like the Purple People Eater, we done a little of the painting on it, but nothing that was going to be really important.
Now, I'm going to show some ignorance here, and I've got about 30 seconds left, but when you paint those, is it all out of a spray gun, or is a lot of that hand-painted? Tell me about that.
The only thing that's hand-painted anymore is a few of the lines that go down it.
Really?
Somebody will add a little extra touch to the end of a
But
flame.
when you spray it like that, how do you keep it even so that it all blends in?
A lot of practice. And
I would
patience.
have.
yeah. Don't do your first effort on a show car.
There you go. Jimmy Flowers, I've got to take a break and send it over to our studio, but you, your lovely wife, Frida, God bless you and Merry Christmas.
And Merry Christmas to you, my friend, and many more. And anybody out there that's listening that know me or I know, I wish the same for them. Merry Christmas and Happy New Year.
God bless you.
And may you be comforted with whatever your woes you have with you.
There you go, Jimmy. Thank you so much. We're going to get ready and send this back over to our main studios right now for about 3 or 4 minutes. Wheels, my dear friend, take it away. Thank you.
And now, back to Zeb at the Ranch on AM 1230 KBAR. To reach Zeb, call 436-2244 or toll free 1-866-927-4587. And now, here is Zeb Bell.
And a welcome back into our last half hour of our segment. Beautiful blue sky out there, but don't be fooled. Put a coat on. It's cold out there. D. Craner, good friend, Pathfinder, Daniel Boone, how are you?
Doing really good, Zeb.
You know, I'm glad you and your wife came out here and partake of some of the goodies and everything on our Christmas program.
Well, we enjoy being here.
Now, we didn't get a chance to four-wheel very much this year.
Very little. Not near enough.
What happened? Did we let everything else get in the way?
I think we did. Too much work.
You're still working, too, aren't you?
I'm still working.
You're still running a fleet of dump trucks and everything, aren't you?
Exactly.
Oh, my goodness. Yeah. Now, where does it say that you and I at our age are still supposed to work this hard?
Well, I haven't found that where it's supposed to be yet. But
it's about time to slow down, isn't it?
I think it is, Zeb.
Oh, my.
Anyway, we enjoy our work. I know that. And
you know, really, if we didn't do that, and knowing you all the years that I have, I can't imagine you just sitting there on the front porch watching the world go by.
There's no way.
No.
I have to find something to do every day.
Absolutely.
Or I'm not happy.
No, you live in a beautiful place over there south of Twin Falls, and you've got deer. What else have you got on your menagerie down there that just kind of goes through your property? It's kind of wild and woolly down there.
Well, it is. We have a little whitetail fox, coyotes, and we have raccoons, which they are kind of a problem once in a while, getting in their cat food.
Uh-huh.
And just all
But you're
kinds
secluded from everything.
Oh, yes. We're right down there, plumb away from everybody.
And you got a beautiful back porch with that falls, what, less than 10 feet away?
Right.
Oh, my goodness.
It's a beautiful place, and it's just a short hike to Twin in town, but we're like being out in the country.
What about Christmas time? I've asked everybody else that's been on my program this morning, and I'm going to ask you the same thing. Christmas, what does it mean to you?
Oh, it's just a very good time of the year. You know, you usually gather with a bunch of friends and family, and it's a nice time of the year.
And knowing you like I do, you don't get too far away from that food tray.
No, I like to eat.
I do too. Everybody that's been here likes to eat. Are you going to be doing anything special this year?
We're not. We're going to my wife's daughter for Christmas Day.
Well, good.
And then we are planning to leave to go to Arizona.
You're rubbing it in.
Yeah, the 30th.
You're going to leave on when, the 30th?
30th.
Oh, my goodness. You know, I am excited. Now, I'm going to see you probably down there.
Yeah, you'll be coming down when?
We're going to leave the end of January and come down.
Oh, good.
And how long are you going to be there?
Well, we're probably the first part of February.
Well, last year, I got to tell everybody, it was a real treat. We were in Wickenburg, and all of a sudden the phone rang, and you and Christy came by and spent, 1, 2, 3 days there?
Yeah.
And we had a ball. And remember, we went to Charlie's?
Yes.
We went to Charlie's, and tell them about the bread pudding.
Oh, man, I have never had such good bread pudding. I like bread pudding, but that was to die for.
Yes, it was. It was really good. Now, we got to make plans to do that again this year.
Oh, yes, definitely.
Man, and Wickenburg and Arizona in the wintertime, I don't know about you, but I'm hooked.
Yeah, we like it. We went to several places, you know, and this year we are going to go to Tombstone and Parker, and we're going to probably get back to Wickenburg on the way back.
Wow. And you've got a great, big, huge fifth wheel, and then you also hook on the trailer for the side-by-side.
Yes, and we do quite a lot of riding when we're down there.
Yeah.
Really enjoy it. Get to see new country, you know.
You know, when you're pulling that, going to Wickenburg, sometimes that road can get a little steep down by the dam and everything. Wow, that's got to be a pretty good pull. You're as long as a semi.
Yeah, it is, but we got, you know, this Dodge has got that 6.7 powered diesel, and it handles it really
And you
nice.
get on that pretty good, don't you?
Yeah, it goes good.
No, I tell you what, it's really going to be fun seeing you down there again, and I really want to wish you and Christy, you are such dear friends, a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year.
Well, thank you, Zeb, and we wish the same to you and Deanne.
Well, thank
Merry
you.
Christmas and Happy New Year.
And Don does a lot of work with sand and gravel with his dump trucks and everything, and he's been a blessing to help me. If everything goes right, you heard I hurt my horse yesterday. I don't know what happened to me. Got hurt really, really bad.
Oh, really?
And he's over at the vet's right now. He's going to be there for 5 days. Tore his leg all up, and we can't figure out what happened to him.
Well.
And they think he's going to be all right, so that means we're going to rope again this next year. I got to get you back out here for some more sand and some more land planting, I think.
We can handle that.
I know. D. Craner, God bless you, man. Thank you.
You bet.
Got to pay some bills, and I know that you can find the food table.
I will find it.
All right, Deke, thanks so much.
Thank you, Zeb.
Appreciate it. Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas.
One of my dear, dear friends, and we've been on a lot of four-wheeler trips with him, D. Craner. Thank you so much for being here on the program. Thanks, D. Right now, we're going to take a look and give you some Christmas wishes real fast. Merry Christmas wishes from Dot Foods at 1541 West 27th in Burley, and also they are the nation's largest food industry redistributor, and they say to you and your family, Merry Christmas from Dot Foods. And of course, Streamline Precision with our dear friend Tim that was here earlier this morning at 120 South, 100 West of Burley. All their expertise in manufacturing and contracting, they can do it all under one roof. Let me tell you, they're great. Merry Christmas. And they also wish you to go up to somebody in uniform, whether it's a policeman, fireman, or somebody in the military, and tell them thank you. Thank you for putting their lives on the line to make America great. Streamline Precision, giving you the best wishes for a very Merry Christmas. Along with Senator Kelly Anthon, Speaker of the House Scott Bedke, and Representative Fred Wood. They all want to take the time to say very Merry Christmas to you and your family, and enjoy a prosperous 2018. And last but not least, our friends with the Burley Area Merchants Association, BAMA, always serving you, and shop locally and save money and help support the people that are supporting you, Burley Area Merchants Association. Caller, good morning. You're on the air. Thank you for your call.
Good morning. I just want to say thank you for all that you've done for so many people throughout the past year. And thanks for the fun time we have at lunch.
Well, Lorna, you are and always have been a very special friend to Deanne and I, and a lot of people don't know it. You stop by and visit, and you're always so quick to bring us jams and everything else, and we appreciate you. And I know that my wife and I speak the same language when we say you are a very beloved friend, and Merry Christmas.
Well, I thank you very much, and I feel the same about you. And I just want us all to remember the reason for the season, and just to have a great time with our families.
God bless you. Well, Lorna, I thank you. Thank you, and let that little blue outfit of yours turn into my yard anytime. They're waiting for you anytime you want to stop by and say hello.
Alrighty, it'll probably be in a day or so.
Well, we'll look forward to it, and Merry, Merry Christmas. Thank you so much.
Merry, Merry Christmas to you, and Merry, Merry Christmas to everybody.
Thank you so much. Thank you. God bless.
Mm-hmm. God bless you.
A wonderful lady right there. Caller number 2, you're on the air. Go ahead, please.
Hello, Zeb. How are you this morning?
I am great, thank you.
I just wanted to call and wish you and your wife a Merry Christmas.
Well, that is really, really nice, and I want to wish you the same. I look forward to always visiting with you, and I learn every time I'm around you what it's like to have talent, because you can do anything.
Well, I thank you, but I don't do anything too great.
Well, you know what I'd like you to do sometime is put a great big red ribbon on that stagecoach and bring it over here and park it in my yard.
You set the date, and we'll bring it over there.
I'll tell you what, Ray, you are so talented, and to hear from you this morning, it means a lot. And from my house to yours, Merry Christmas, and I hope 2018 is the best year ever.
Well, thank you, Zeb, and Merry Christmas to you and everybody, and we'll see you next week sometime.
All right, my friend. Thank you. God bless you. Thank you so much. There is a very, very nice man, and boy, can he build things. And if you haven't heard about that stagecoach that he made, wow. Ray Bagby, just a wonderful, wonderful guy. Thank you. And we're going to do a weather forecast right now. And when I come back, we're going to do a poem that has become kind of a custom every year on this program. It's called The Last Christmas Ride. We're going to do that in just a moment. But right now, the weather forecast is brought to you by our friends at Scarrows Meats. Caller, don't go away. I'll be right with you, I promise. Scarrows Meats, 331 North Road, Jerome, with Don and the crew, 324-7657. And believe me, all the delicious smoked turkeys and marinated prime ribs and smoked hams, and the list goes on and on. Delicious meats from Scarrows Meats. And right now, here's Gina with the forecast.
4 more shopping days left until Christmas. Hopefully you are ready. And are we going to see a white Christmas? I don't know. Here's your weather for Zeb at the Ranch. Looks like mostly sunny skies for today. A little bit on the breezy side. Winds out of the west, right around 10 miles an hour. Gusts possible as high as 20. High of 27 for today. Tonight, partly cloudy skies. Winds calming down with the low right near 21. Tomorrow, mostly sunny skies. High near 34. Going to be slightly breezy as well. Friday night, chance of snow showers are in the forecast. About a 30% chance of snow. Mostly cloudy skies with the low right near 24. Saturday, 30% chance of snow showers in the morning. Partly sunny skies by the afternoon with a high right near 27. For Sunday, slight chance of snow showers in the forecast. Highs are going to be in the low 20s. And then for Christmas Day, mostly cloudy with a high of 24. That is your weather for Zeb at the Ranch.
Thank you, Gina. I appreciate that. Brought to you by Scarrows Meats, 331 North Road, Jerome. They are changing the way we eat, one delicious bite at a time. Caller, good morning. You're on the air. Thank you. Good morning, caller. You're there.
Good morning, Zeb. How are you doing?
I am great. Thank you, Jerry. God bless you and Merry Christmas.
Well, God bless you and Merry Christmas to you. I thought I better call in. I see most of your people that are of the lunch bunch made it out there.
They did. There's been a lot of them. The door, we had to oil the door to keep the hinges from falling apart. Merry Christmas.
I was just wondering, you had Eddie there. I'm sure he ate everything you had.
Eddie and his lovely wife are just walking out the door right now. They're saying goodbye to everybody, and it was really a treat to have them here.
Well, he should say bye to me, too.
Well, he said goodbye to everybody, so I guess that's all-inclusive.
Okay, well, I'll take it he did to me, too.
All right.
Anyway, it sounds like you've had a wonderful day, and I just thought I'd call in and irritate you for a minute.
Well, no, Jerry, you never irritate me. You never irritate me. You've been a stalwart of this program and also our lunch bunch for years, and true friend. God bless you and to your entire family. Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas to you.
God bless you, sir. Thank you. There's a man that I have the utmost respect for. He's been just a real friend of this program. In the time remaining, I'm going to do this poem. It's become, like I said, a custom to do this every year at Christmas time. So bear with me, and we'll go through this, and then I'll take some more calls. The old cowboy pulled on his weathered boots and tugged at his hat. He grabbed an old bulky grain sack and gave his horse a pat. The wind was a-howlin' and the snow was fallin' fast. He knew he'd better get started, because this Christmas would be his last. The doctors in the city had given him all the bad news. He had the villain cancer, and it was bad, according to their views. But ride he would one last time to spread some Christmas cheer. The crunch of the snow, the cold of the night, he loved this time of year. He'd leave his gifts on ranch house porches and silently retreat. And just before stepping in the saddle, he fed Old Gray a carrot to eat. 2 more ranches to spread some joy on this cold Christmas Eve. Boy, he sure was going to miss playing Santa as he wiped a tear on his sleeve. They trudged along in the winter storm when all at once a flash of light. "Whoa!" he yelled as Old Gray bogged his head and tried to run in fright. 3 angels sat a horseback on steeds just as white as snow. They told the old cowboy, "Follow us." He knew then it was his time to go. The old cowboy felt at ease as he touched a spur to Old Gray's flanks. "I know it, Lord. I appreciate the good times," as he closed his eyes with thanks. But lo, the angels stopped and dropped their reins and looked him in the eyes. "You'll not ride with us at this time," he heard to his surprise. "Go and spread the Christmas cheer for many years to come. Good folks like you are hard to find." The old cowboy felt numb. He watched them as they rode past the star and around the Milky Way. What wonders had he seen tonight on the eve of the world's greatest day? He shifted in the saddle and suddenly realized there was no more pain. The Lord had gifted him with healing. His joyous tears fell like rain. And every Christmas Eve for years, the old cowboy would ride for others' joy and thank the Lord in heaven for sending Jesus, his wonderful little boy. Merry Christmas. Calls are welcome, 436-2244, 1-866-927-4587. And I'd like to hear your Christmas wishes before we wrap things up for this morning. Jimmy and Frida, God bless. Merry Christmas, please. Have a good one. Thank you. Thank you so much for being here. We've had a lot of people come by our open house this morning, and we thank all of them. While I'm waiting for the next call to come in, I also want to remind everybody about your Magic Valley Les Schwab Tire Centers. All 7 locations telling you better be ready for wintertime driving. With the snow, the ice, the muck, the yuck, everything, they've got all the traction tires for you right there at all 7 locations, along with all the tire chains and the best of brake service and front end alignment, shocks and struts, batteries. Boy, you need a good battery on these cold winter mornings. They've got the best. With Lane and Rupert, Dave on Blue Lakes and Twin, Mike and Buell, Mike and Jerome, the Twist family in Paul, Daniel on Poline in Twin Falls, and Randy on Overland in Burley, your Magic Valley Les Schwab Tire Centers. All right, we've got time for another call, and before we wrap things up, Deanna, is there anybody out there in the other room we haven't had on the air yet? Let's get them in here. Oh, wait a minute, I see somebody peeking. Come on over here. You can put your food down. For what in the world? Kent Benson, how are you? Yeah. Take that microphone off that holder. Just pull it out of there and pull it towards you, and you can just, yeah, there you go. How are you, my dear friend?
Great.
I need you to hold that mic real close.
Real good.
You can't eat at the same time.
I can't eat at the same time.
Now, I got to tell you something, Kent. It's good to have you here. You just went through a harrowing experience, and we're just glad to have you back healthy in the studio.
Well, thank you. I appreciate that.
Yeah. Have you been doing any roping?
Too cold. I'm getting old enough to where I go off and get to pick my
Great big wuss. Here I have been riding my horse at least 2 or 3 times a week, and you mean to tell me you haven't touched old paint?
No, I haven't, and I just had Cornell come by and jerk the shoes off and trim her up.
Oh, my goodness. Well, you're going to start riding again pretty quick. You heard I hurt my horse yesterday.
Yeah, no, I hadn't.
Oh, I'll tell you about that during the break, but hopefully he's going to be okay. But Kent comes up a lot during the summertime and has been for how many years have you been coming up here roping anyway?
I don't know. It's been a long time. About
30?
20.
At least since the kids, my goodness sakes, were in high school.
Since 95.
Wow. And your son and my daughter roped together.
Yes.
In high school. And did very well together.
Done great together.
Yeah. Holy cow. So now I see you brought your blushing bride with you this morning.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I can't go anywhere without her.
We got a call coming in. Stand by. Don't go away. Caller, good morning. You're on the air.
How you doing, Zeb?
I am great. Who's this?
This is Paul Peterson.
Well, the world's greatest cartoonist. How are you?
Well, I wouldn't go as far as to say that, but I'm glad you're giving me a week vacation. I won't be able to draw anything. You'll be gone for a week.
You know, we are going to take off between Christmas and New Year's, and we just needed to give Wheels a little rest. He wanted to spend some time with his family, and I know Deanna and I had some things we needed to get done. But, Paul, I want to wish you and your lovely family Merry, Merry Christmas. Nobody captures in cartoon form better than you what we do on this radio program. Thank you.
Well, thank you, and we want to wish your family a very Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year's, and enjoy your time off.
We will, and don't you dare put down those pens and those coloring pencils, because I want you to keep on drawing.
All right.
All right, Paul. God bless you, and Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas to you.
All right, thank you. Wheels, over at the main studio, what I'd like you to do in just about a minute is play Silent Night for us, if you would, and we'll kind of wrap the program up. But Kent Benson and Kathy are here. We're going to go out and visit with them in just a few minutes. Kent, thanks for coming by, and we'll visit out in the other room. Merry Christmas to you.
Well, Merry Christmas to you folks, and thanks, Ed.
Are the kids coming?
Yes.
Oh, they are?
Oh, yeah. I get to play with all the grandkids.
Oh, on the floor. There you go. Yeah. Hey, by the way, Kent Benson, thank you very much. Merry Christmas. More roping this summer. We got to do some more. Ladies and gentlemen, as I mentioned a moment ago, we are going to be taking off the next couple of days, 11 days to be exact, and we're going to celebrate Christmas with my family and go around, see the kids and everything. So we're going to be back right after January 1st. We're going to be back on the air, and my thanks go out to Kim Lee and Lee Family Broadcasting, all the crew at the station, Gina, Scotty, and especially my itty-bitty buddy that's always there. Wheels, I have not had a chance to say Merry Christmas to you this morning, but I want to wish you the happiest, merriest Christmas ever.
Well, thank you, sir. Merry Christmas to you, too. And I realize you guys probably won't be doing a lot of traveling, but if the kids come down and everything, I hope you guys have a great time and, you know, that they make it here safely, especially if Jake's coming down from Boise.
I appreciate it, Wheels. Right now, to end any Christmas program, the song that signifies the real meaning of the season. Wheels, if you would, Silent Night, and I will say to all of you in the audience, God's blessings, Merry Christmas, and Happy New Year.